Hey there, guys. We are back with our seventh The Johnsons Live, and I am once again joined by my co-host and good friend, Mortician Man 24, aka Eugene Johnson. How are you doing, buddy? By the way, guys, his link is in the description box down below. So if you haven't done so already, definitely go over to his channel. He's an awesome guy, and check out his videos. And when subscribe if you like what you see, because he does great stuff. And how are you, my friend?
Doing good. Had a pretty good, productive week. Especially since I got the package from you, I've been watching slashers and haven't got a chance around to watch Ghostbusters yet, but that's coming up soon. But other than that, I've been, helping my uncle and stuff like that. But it's been a pretty good week, and actually, right now I have the original Back to the Future playing. So.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yep. That's one
have you played the games? Because I think they did a video game of Back to the Future.
Yeah, and I will go ahead and say it. The one that they made for original Nintendo back in the 80s.
Oh, but I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, they made one for original Nintendo way back in the 80s, and that one absolutely was garbage.
Was it?
Yes, because, it had nothing to do with time travel. It didn't have nothing to do. Basically, the whole game involves Marty going around collecting clocks on a skateboard.
We got a comment saying hi all from Ashley McGee.
Yes, my buddy Ashley. Yeah, how you doing, Ashley?
Yeah, I think he's a subscriber of yours now, which is cool from when we started doing these, and just you doing your video in general, from your subscribers. So, Ashley, how you doing, buddy? If you have any questions during this chat, please ask us. But yeah, we could answer stuff from you. So, yes, please ask away. Yeah, so the Back to the Future game wasn't good then.
No, it's basically you're playing the character Marty, and you're going around collecting clocks, and everything that you come in contact with makes you fall off the skateboard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it gets kind of tiring, but the newer games, I haven't played any of those
yet. Because they're done by, what are they called? They're by a certain studio, I think, called, I can't remember. There's like certain episodes you got to play through certain parts of the game.
Yeah.
I think they're called Telltale games. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know on PlayStation, PC.
Mm-hmm.
It could be on other platforms. If you.
Yeah, and I can guarantee almost bet it's a lot better than the Nintendo game. Has to be.
Yeah. Because I didn't play the Back to the Future game. I watched some gameplays of it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw, I enjoyed it. So it's made me think that one day I think I'll have to get that as well, and start playing that.
Yeah, that's. There's a lot of games that I've got right now currently that I haven't even been able to play.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna have to get into those and maybe start reviewing those too. But yeah, Ashley was telling me on Facebook. He's also added me on Facebook. So has May to December. But Ashley usually chats with me, and he was telling me how much he enjoyed the Jason videos.
I really did enjoy those as well. I was going to say about it at the beginning, but saying stuff. But no, I really enjoyed those when you went to your brother and your sister-in-law.
Yeah, we was just being goofy, That's like, but just to see how the costume looks on film, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, we got some stuff here a minute. From May to December. Hello, Malcolm. How are you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, Malcolm.
Why is it always Ghostbusters, lol? I barely watch these chats, and every time I pop in, I hear Ghostbusters. And I played the old game. I think it means by the old Back to the Future game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's one of my lifetime favorite movies, Malk. I just love Ghostbusters. So you only see that pretty much a lot. Like,
Yeah, well, James, I'd say would probably call himself a self-proclaimed Ghostbusters uh, expert.
yeah,
And I would have to say the same thing with me and Chainsaw, and well, a lot of horror movies.
yeah.
I
It's
mean,
like we
yeah, I
like
mean,
our own individual things in like different ways, don't we? So,
yep. So, I mean, but yeah, Malcolm, I'm glad you added me on Facebook.
um, that is it. That's it, James. I think that's actually saying about the game or something we said about earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Which, if it's the game that I'm thinking of and that he's thinking of, he can tell you it sucks. It's not fun at all.
Eugene, the next Jason, I hope. What's it? Eugene, the next Jason, I hope. Lol. Let's get it happening.
I'd love to play Jason.
I think you'd play him really well in a movie. That'd be pretty cool.
Yep, and I mean, well, it's like there was a lot of people that seen the video on Facebook. It was actually like there's a guy that commented and said, "You're a bit short." I'm like, "You don't know my sister-in-law because
No.
me,
Yeah.
Kane Hodder, is about maybe an inch taller than me." And so, I mean, I put the picture of it last night on Facebook so they could have a comparison.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, I'd say she's about 5'10", 5'10" and a half, something like that. She's a tall girl.
Yeah. Actually, the Jasons, all the different actors that played him, are they all about the same height through the series, or are they different?
The two people that I've seen that are about my height, the rest of them has been a little bit taller. Well, three people I have to say is Richard Brooker, who played in Friday the 13th Part 3, where they first introduced the iconic hockey mask. And I do have to say, which is a very tragic thing to say, but we lost Richard Brooker here about a couple years ago. As a matter of fact, he passed away. The second person that's about the same size as me and Kane and everybody else is Ted White, who played in Part 4.
Hmm.
And then in Part 5, I think the guy that played Roy, he's really, in reality, they got a bunch of shorter actors to play because they could only find one stuntman, and he wasn't but about 5'10" tall.
Hmm.
And then they went to C.J. Graham, which C.J. Graham I'd say is about 6'5", maybe 6'6". And then, of course, then Kane. They went from CJ to getting Kane, which Kane isn't but 6'3". And then after Kane, of course, came. Let me think of his name. And Ken Kazinger, who played in Freddy vs. Jason. He's a total of 6'6". And then the guy that played him in the remake is actually 6'10".
So a lot of people to play different heights.
Yep, there's different heights, and I mean, but the biggest one that's played him so far is Derek Mears, standing at 6'10", almost 7 feet tall. Well, I think with the boots on, he was 7 feet tall.
With all the actors that played Jason, I always get Kane Hodder and is it Ken Kazinga you said about Freddy vs.
Yeah,
Jason? They're
yes, it was.
confused.
Yeah, it's Ken Kazinger and Kane Hodder. See, and
Yeah.
in reality, they don't like each other too much.
Don't they?
Yeah, they were. See, because that's the thing. Everybody was expecting Kane Hodder to pick up Jason, and play Jason in Freddy versus Jason. But the thing is, the studio has not given anybody a good reason why they didn't let him play Jason in the movie.
And that
And
was that still by the New Line Cinema?
yes,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, but also in New Line Cinema, which I don't understand why they would do that, is because they also used Kane for Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X.
Do they still have the license and the rights for the Friday and the
Yes,
Nightmare films?
yes, they actually have. Okay, they've got the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street. They have the rights for Jason. and they also recently picked up the rights for Texas Chainsaw.
Hmm.
And from what I've heard, there's rumors going around that they're trying to buy the Michael Myers series.
That'd be cool because if they did that, they could do like a new Versus movie and have
Yeah,
I don't know,
true.
Chainsaw or that'd be kind of cool. Maybe
Yeah,
even all of them.
yeah, but that's what they're trying to do. They're trying, from what I've heard, they're in talks trying to buy the rights to Michael Myers and the Halloween series. But it kind of scares me in a way because if you go back in time when Jason was with Paramount Pictures,
Yeah,
they were a lot better made movies. They were a lot better made, and of course, Chainsaw was always gritty and stuff like that. So most of the people that owned that was independent companies
mm.
until, of course, New Line picked it up, and there's a lot of people that say New Line ruined the series of Chainsaw. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we got a visitor.
Yeah. Have you seen the TV show that was based on Chainsaw? Not Chainsaw, Friday 13th. That had nothing to do with Jason.
Yes, I have. I didn't enjoy that very much. There was also a kind of like Tales from the Crypt type series that Freddy Krueger hosted.
Oh, you mean
Freddy's Nightmares.
yeah, that was it.
Yep.
I actually got that. I got Freddy's Nightmares. I think the old VHS collection. I bought them on eBay way back when I discovered them and bidded on them.
Yeah,
So I
that's
got quite a lot of Freddy vs Jasons on VHS.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, because there's a lot of people. I think that was a very underrated show,
Mm.
and I mean, it's like also here in America they used to play it on MTV back in the '80s.
Yeah, that's just a shame because there's a DVD out, a one DVD, and it only got 2 episodes on. They didn't actually release the entire VHS collection I got on DVD. They only put
Hmm.
2 episodes on it.
Really?
I think they called it Freddy's Nightmares Volume One, and there
Hmm.
was no other ones released, which I kind of think is strange. But
Well, and that could vary on uh, various reasons why they didn't release it. It could have done crappy when they released it on DVD.
yeah,
You know, only a few people would have bought it.
hmm
But no. Anyway, guys, you guys watching, and James, I appreciate you guys liking the videos of me as Jason. Uh, who knows? Maybe in future I might even do a fan film or something like that for somebody.
that'd be good.
Yep. So, and who knows? Maybe one day I'll be walking around a convention or something, and might get discovered in my Jason stuff.
It'd be good if you were like at a table and people asking you like for your autographs and stuff.
Yeah, which, well, that's already happened a couple times since
Yeah,
going to conventions and stuff like that. And of course, everybody going, "Oh, running away from the unknown."
yeah.
You know, people are running up to me. "Oh, wow, can I get your autograph?" Sure.
We got some new questions here, so we'll answer these ones, and then we'll get into a review of the movie.
Sounds like a plan, James.
Okay. So first up, Malcolm says we need to talk sometime, Eugene.
Yes, we do. We definitely got to talk. I would enjoy that.
That's good that you got new followers on Facebook and that as well.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I mean, like I said, a lot of people, a lot of actors and stuff won't talk back to the fans. I'm not
Yeah.
that way.
I think it's because to us you started off as a YouTuber, who
Yeah.
then like you came to us and said you was in your haunted house bit, and then said afterwards that you were doing a movie. So I think it was
Yep.
to us, it was a YouTuber first, and then it all came after.
Hmm. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. I haven't known Ashley that long, but I consider him a good friend. But I mean, me, you, and Malcolm, I think, have known each other for years,
Yeah.
just on YouTube. So, And I mean, like I said,
Now we're on Twitter as well.
yep. Now I got a Twitter page, which if you guys want to get on Twitter and follow me, I'll make sure and follow you back. It's hashtag, I guess, Eugene Johnson Jr. One word.
Yeah.
Each letter though is at the beginning is capitalized, so it's E capitalized, J capitalized, and Junior. The J in that's capitalized, but it's all together. You can find me, no problem.
So you're Eugene Jr. So your father was senior.
Yes. Yep. So I mean, but and plus he goes by his first name, which I'm not going to mention my first name because a lot of people make fun of it.
Okay.
Because it's a German name.
Okay.
So well, I'll go ahead and say it. I might as well. I mean, just good friends. My first name is actually Verlin.
That's okay.
Yep. So that's my first name, but I've
So
always,
Eugene was your middle name, is it?
yes. And see, that's the thing. Dad always went by his first name.
Yeah.
So to, even it out where people wouldn't, send me Dad's mail or vice versa.
Oh, I see now how you can call yourself Eugene Johnson Jr. because of that now, yeah.
Yeah, and so I just always went around, and go by Eugene. So
yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Got quite a few here today, actually. Malcolm says, I have them all lucky on download. Freddy's Nightmares, that is. That's cool.
Okay.
Not on download. Watch it whenever you want on your computer then.
Yeah, that is cool. I wish I had a bigger computer. I mean, system in my computer, hard drive, I guess, so I could
Is there a
do
laptop
that.
you've got, or?
I've got a laptop, and I mean, I like it. It gets the job done, but something I really don't like is it doesn't have a DVD drive or CD drive in it.
What's this? Ashley McGee says, James need to go to the Ghostbusters rehab. Maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think James will be cool after if we ever get a chance to go to a convention together.
Yeah.
And I get him to dress as an actual Ghostbuster. If he walks around in there for a while dressed as a Ghostbuster, and people
That'd be like the remedy, really, wouldn't it? That'd be like
yeah,
yeah,
they'd be like, "Yep, well, he got his medicine. He's chilled out on Ghostbusters for a while."
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I bet you're looking forward to walking on a convention with your Jason Hurden mask.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. I was fixing to say James can dress as a Ghostbuster, and I'll be chasing him around the convention with a machete.
Yeah. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, he can have his proton pack and turn around and try to zap me, and who knows?
I wonder what the streams would do to you, though, Jason.
Yep, but just to be sure and don't cross them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's true. We get a lot of good questions here from Ashley and Malcolm.
Yeah, and Malcolm.
Back to the Future game wasn't the best game, but wasn't good. But saying that there was far worse games out there.
True, very, very true. One of the worst games that I believe I've ever played in my life. Well, I thought it was fun on some aspects. Is if Malcolm's an old school gamer like me, I wonder if he's ever played the Bill and Ted Nintendo game.
What's that one like? Because it's one of my favorite movies, So.
It's all right, but I mean, basically the whole game you're running around trying to get people to come back with you, and you got to solve puzzles and all this stuff. But it gets kind of boring after a while.
Yeah. It sounds like one of those games that you kind of like way back when I played the X-Files game for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It was back in 1996 or 7. It's an FMV game. It's like a full motion video. There's like scenes in between what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Well, some of those games would get repetitive and aggravating sometimes because the Resident Evil games,
Yeah.
the first one, I mean, the thing is, I love Resident Evil. I love playing it for PlayStation.
Hmm.
But the thing is that every time you come to a door, it would come to a cutscene,
Yeah.
and it would take 10 minutes to open the door.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just kind of got frustrating. I'm like, all right, let's go.
You ever get misguided by certain descriptions of a game, like on the box or something, and then when you actually play it, it's completely
Yeah,
different to what you read?
yeah, and I mean, that's like, well, that's like back in the old Nintendo days. They would come out with some fabulous box art, and
Yeah.
then you rent the game and you take it home and you start playing. It's a completely different game.
Yeah. Same with the X-Files game. The case says that you joined out Mulder and Scully, but they're actually missing, and you actually joined Craig Wilmore, who's like the agent you joined to help find Mulder and Scully. So it's not what it says on the box isn't actually true to what the game actually is.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's another thing. I think that's how Nintendo and the game manufacturers always made their money. They would put cases out that looked amazing.
Yeah.
And being a young kid, you didn't pay attention to what it looked like on the back or read it. You just grabbed the game and was like, "Oh, this looks cool," and take it home and play it.
Yeah.
I've wasted tons and tons and tons of money renting those things and being completely upset with them.
What game did you get? Is there any games that you bought that you actually did enjoy? Was it
Yes,
Nintendo?
yeah. I mean, well, it was not actually. Well, yeah. I mean, because let's see, with Nintendo, I think the one game that I played constantly that I loved was Super Mario
Yeah.
and Mega Man. And then, of course, after that, I upgraded to a Super Nintendo, which Mario Kart and Pilot Wings and a couple other games. Then with that, I moved on to Sega, which was a lot of the racing games like Road Rash.
Hmm.
And yeah, before I forget, a very honorable mention for Super Nintendo that I played constantly was Doom.
Classic. I played that
Yep,
on the PC.
yep, absolutely love Doom. But I played that for many, many years. Then I moved on to Sega and with the motorcycle racing games and stuff like that to shoot them, first person shooter. Then, of course, PlayStation came out, and then it was Resident Evil, stuff like that. And then,
Did you play Doom 2 and 3 and the Duke Nukem games?
yes, I did. I actually got a Nintendo 64. My uncle got a PlayStation. I bought a Nintendo 64. And me and him would play PlayStation like on the weekends, and we'd wind up playing, Resident Evil. Then all the other times I'd be sitting there playing Duke Nukem and Doom 64 and all those. So,
Yeah.
but my favorite all-time Nintendo 64 game of ever would probably have to be GoldenEye.
Oh, the James Bond.
Yes, it was absolutely amazing first-person shooter game.
Yeah. Sweet days, isn't it? Yes, I have played the Bill. The Bill? Oh, Bill and Ted.
Oh, yep.
Sometimes these questions get lost. I'm storing them all because it's like in a list of questions.
Yeah.
So I'll get down the right, there's a new Doom game coming out this year.
Yep.
Eugene.
I've done got it. Matter of fact, my girlfriend put it on the Amazon wish list for me.
That's good.
Yep. So really looking forward to that. And also, who said that? Malcolm?
That was sorry, I think that was
Ashley.
Ashley. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Malcolm and Ashley both got great news. This year also, of course, I don't know what systems you guys own. I'm gonna have to get an Xbox One or PlayStation 4. But the Friday the 13th game is coming out this year as well. It's sometime in October.
And Malcolm's. Oh, is this the Bill and Ted bit? Yeah. Yes, Malcolm played the Bill and Ted game where you have to pick apples and stuff, but
Yes.
none of it makes sense to the actual puzzles in
Yeah.
Jason.
Yep. That's a God's honest truth, Malcolm. It's. I mean, because like I said, yeah, you got to go around and pick apples. I forgot about that. It makes no sense to the actual game.
Ashley says Lionsgate has got film rights to Texas.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lionsgate in association with New Line.
That's Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's got a PS4, he just says.
Okay, yeah, I've got to upgrade to that's probably what I'll get a PlayStation for.
Have you played the PlayStation 2?
Yes, I've played the PlayStation 2, I've played the PlayStation 3.
Remember the Flight Night game that was bad? Flight Night game? I didn't even
Yes,
know there was one.
yes, there was, and it was Malcolm's right. It was absolutely
Ashley
horrid.
said that one.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, but Ashley's right. It was absolutely horrid. Uh, but classic game. The best game I played that's vampire involved was Castlevania
Yeah,
because you actually have to fight Dracula at the end of the game.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's Castlevania was great, but Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest sucked. Then they came out with Castlevania 3, which the rest of them were really good. The only one that wasn't worth crap was Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest.
Malcolm says Ashley has a PS4. He never uses it. He says lol at the end, so I think it kind of jokes.
Yeah, yeah, it's well, Ashley, you can send it to me.
Yeah. Um, not bad first name Eugene. Oh, wait, when you said about your first name,
Mm-hmm.
not bad first name.
Well, I mean, we'll see. It's like everybody here. I don't know if you guys got people named Verlin there, but a lot of people here they just think it's weird.
I don't think we've got many people here, but I mean, to me, it sounds like a nice name.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate that, James, and appreciate you guys. And that's like I was saying in the video the other day. It's one thing I can say if I ever have to come over there to make a film or whatever. I know at least two people over there that I can get a hold of and be like, "Yep, well, I'm coming to England. Need you guys to take me around, show me wherever everything's at, where I don't run into a steak and kidney pie." Yeah, which speaking of which, Ashley McGee pulled a good one about 10 minutes. Well, about 10 minutes before the chat started, I get this message on Facebook Messenger, and there's a big picture of a steak and kidney pie, and he was like, "Your favorite pie?"
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, "No, thanks, man." Like I said, I'll stick with fish and chips.
That's like a classic one though. That's
Yep.
nice. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep, I'll stick with a basket of fish and chips and a big Guinness. That's all I need.
Guinness is lovely.
Yes.
Strange, my mum always calls me Pee Wee when we are out instead of my real name, and everyone looks at me like WTF.
Well, it's kind
That's
of funny.
that's Malcolm.
Oh, Malcolm, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, man. I've got a nickname called Peanut.
Have you?
Yep. Yes, that was given to me when I was, shoot, not even a month old because I was 6 inches long when I was born. So, yeah, I would.
What's this? We got one here from a new viewer called Molly Klein. It says talk about Minecraft. I've never played it.
No,
My niece plays it and she enjoys it. But Eugene?
I have never played it in my life. I've heard a lot about it. Seems like a fun game, but I mean, I'm more. It's kind of weird with me in video games because I'm more of a guy that likes the platformer, first-person shooter type, games. I've always been a fan of those. Enjoy racing games, and I
Yeah.
also enjoy the one thing that I absolutely love is survival horror. So,
Malcolm says, "Have you watched anything new lately, James? If so, what was it? Anything new?" Um, Not really. I mean, I just buy the stuff that I enjoy. Oh yeah. Does Terminator Salvation count? Because I just recently bought that on Blu-ray.
yeah,
Um,
well, I mean, it is a newer film, so
yeah. Um, I don't know if I've seen this one before, but this is one of the newer ones I've never seen before. Picking it up, and that's Truth or Dare.
yeah, which I've heard a lot about that movie. I'd like to watch it sometime.
Um, it's not really that new now, but Goosebumps, which was back in the States in October of last year,
Hmm.
got the American Blu-ray.
Yep, but
But
yeah, I mean,
nothing really that new. I mean, the only thing that I'll probably see this newer will be that Goosebusters reboot later this year, but that's not yet. So, um, are you gonna see it? Or are you just gonna bypass it, or maybe see it on DVD or something?
I will probably watch it on DVD.
Yeah.
But no, well, to be honest with you, I don't think I've seen anything really new.
No. Ashley says I got a nickname. It's Frenchman.
Cool.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, and Malcolm. If you ever message me on Facebook, just put, "Hey man, it's Pee Wee."
Malcolm says, "Have you watched anything new?" Oh, that was to what I answered just now.
Yeah.
Um, I'm on my PS4 now, Melk. Oh, that was from Ashley to Malcolm. Oh yeah, that's actually quite a thing because on the side chat, even though it's us having questions from viewers, they can actually talk amongst each other as well.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's like a live chat. Yeah.
Yeah. So, see here. Me somebody says "lol" to someone.
You probably.
And now, actually, this is our last one here for now, and then we can talk about slashers.
Okay.
Kane should play Jason in Freddy versus Jason.
Yes, he should have. He should have. I agree with that 100%. There's a lot of people that's probably going to get pissed at me for saying so, but I think that he should have stayed Jason through Freddy versus Jason and the remake.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just my opinion. But yes, on to slashers. Super
Sorry, just
fight.
say 1 minute. I did like Jared Padalecki in slashers, not slashers. Friday the 13th remake.
Yeah, I did. He did a good job.
Right then, let's move on to this because you said about this. This is our main subject at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I had to watch this one today because last night it got a bit late. But you watched yours last night, was it, Eugene?
Yes, watched mine last night.
So let's just say, because you haven't seen it for years, what was your initial thought of it first, and I'll give you mine.
Well, I mean, brought back a lot of memories, but rewatching it again, which I'm gonna say, I mean, it's definitely great to watch and own because it's one of those movies that you want to dig out every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, the acting is not too swift. I mean, it's like at the beginning of the film when they're introducing the American contestants and the slasherette cheerleaders are back there.
Yeah.
Kind of makes them look like a robot when they're acting and they're trying to dance and stuff. They're like moving really slow. And probably one of the main characters that I dislike was like the Italian guy, I think it is, that worked as a doorman in Detroit.
Yeah. Should I say it or something? At the beginning, it's like a trailer or something, like just to react to whatever it is coming to the US.
Yeah,
Like you got the little clip of like the Japanese version.
yeah.
Afterwards, it comes with like the intro and the theme, and then
Hmm.
it's like the introduction to the is it the All American special?
Yes.
Like the All American version, and I think is it May Ho or something? The actual like woman that talks.
Yeah.
What is? Oh, yeah, I'm sure that was her name. She comes on, like she comes. Actually, no, a guy introduces it first at the beginning, and then she comes on and
Yep.
introduces the six contestants.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think the character's name you're talking about's named Miho. I'm pretty
oh,
sure.
that was it.
Yep.
Mayho, I thought.
But
Yeah. So
yep. And but I mean, other than that, I mean, yes, I think she kind of overacted
yeah,
during the beginning, the character of Miho, because she's like, oh yes, let's remind our viewers of our rules, and she looks at her hand and waves it and goes, there are none.
yeah.
I'm just like, what the hell, and I mean,
So what about the contestants? What are your thoughts of those?
let's see, Devon White's the first contestant that's talked to. He's the big guy,
Yeah,
which stereotypical Arnold Schwarzenegger wannabe badass action star.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me anyway, I mean, he's going around, he's like, he's built, but I mean, still, he's not. I'm thinking that the guy that went in to play the character, I think he was thinking that he'd be the next action superhero after he did this movie. So, but he was all right. The second contestant, I think, was the blonde-haired guy that
Yeah.
was the computer programmer. Can't remember his name, but yeah, he did pretty good. And I mean, that character is gonna unveil a big, huge plot twist later on in the movie.
Hmm.
But he did a pretty good job. And then, of course, the character of the doorman that was also acting like a badass. He was all right. Still not one of my favorite characters. I'd say out of all of them, probably my favorite that at least tried to act a little bit was the lead character of Megan.
Hmm. I like how was it Megan actually when they go into the what it was like a paintball thing like you said about last time.
Yes.
It does look the set actually does really do look like that.
Mm-hmm.
They could have made that bit at least a little bit better. Maybe had it outside or something.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it was a great place to shoot a movie. You got sand floors and you've got all these buildings already built. But the
Yeah,
thing is, you could have put up some kind of camouflage to at least camouflage the fact that all the buildings had paintball splatter on them. If you actually watch the movie and pause it where they go into the danger zone,
yeah.
uh, well, as soon as they start running in there, it's a huge, big warehouse indoors. But if you look and actually pause it, you can see paintball colors on the buildings.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that when you're on a shoestring budget, you'll take whatever's given to you, which I'm sure, if they used that, or they might have been able to use it for free, or if they had to pay for it, it wasn't much.
Mhm. Hey, what do you think of DJ Slasher? Super fan.
Yeah, the super. Where the guy couldn't actually speak Japanese, he got caught on his words like 3 or 4 times, and then just like super fight.
Is it Megan when they first go into the danger zone? And they all go off to I think like a hut or something at the end of the end of the set. Yeah, when
Yep.
she doesn't want to go, she didn't go any further.
Yeah, she
And
was.
then Picture Man comes in.
Yeah, which I think that her whole idea, I think the whole idea of the character anyway, was that she was actually going to come on there and commit suicide as a protest.
Yeah,
But, after she realized where she was and, all these insane guys walking around, and a guy walking around going, "You are all sinners."
Yeah, that's the guy. I think that's him right there.
Yes. But I mean, I think that after, she realized that she was going to get killed, she wanted to live. So basically, through the first 30 minutes of the movie, she's running around with her arms covering her breasts.
Yeah, because that other guy with the Dr. Ripper on it cut off.
Yes.
He got a thing about cutting off women's tops to show off their breasts.
Yep, but that's the main thing is, Dr. Ripper, he's the character. He cuts the clothes off and is like, "Show me your tatas." So that's basically the first 30 minutes of the movies, which she's not exactly badly built, but I mean, there is a part of nudity in it. It's about 2 or 3 minutes long, which was very overacted. And the thing is that a girl about my age, I'm just going to say it, they shouldn't sag. And needless to say, they was basically almost pointing down to her feet.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, then. So she finally goes through about 7 shirts until she puts a shirt on that actually stays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but Dr. Ripper's the pervert.
Yeah. When? Actually, no, I think that guy, the preacher man, had to die earlier on in the film because he was the one that also played Chainsaw Charlie.
Yes, they were both the same guy that played Chainsaw Charlie. And it wasn't really that big of a jump to a character, except, he was going around, "You are all sinners." And then in the next part, he's going, "Y'all don't want to play with old Chainsaw. That's not nice. That's not nice at all."
Should we say about probably what I think is the funniest bit of the movie is that when they got to go to a commercial break, and either they just got to stop and stand or freeze there until when they're saying they're back into the show and it's live again or whatever.
Yep.
And then even the slashers just can't do anything either. They got to wait until then the commercial's over.
Yeah, perfect example of that. Right before the perverted doctor scene, the preacher man's actually got one of the girls on the ground and is fixing to stab her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear Mio's voice, "Stay right where you are, slasher fans. We'll be back in just a few moments." So preacher man goes, and they're all laying there, not moving. Megan tries to run in and get, preacher man off of the other girl. But what happens? She gets her ass shocked. And so, I mean, but I mean, slashers overall for me, I'd probably out of 10 stars, I'd probably give it a solid 5.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's definitely worth a watch, and plus it makes it even better because you get a laugh at it.
Do you think it's one of those movies that is so bad that's good?
Yeah, I would consider it one of those.
Yeah.
And plus, we have a magazine here in America called Fangoria.
I've heard of it. I think there's a in the States where Squarespace is one of those subscription boxes called the Horror Block. And I think you get the Fangoria in that.
Well, they have put in a couple issues of Fangoria and Horror Block, but Fangoria actually helped present that movie.
Oh, did they?
Yes, it was actually released on DVD in association with Fangoria Entertainment.
That's cool.
So yeah, they released it. I mean, it wasn't going to be a box office hit. It's far from it, but I mean, still, for the independent horror fan, you can't go wrong.
I mean, it's not years old, is it? It was released in 2001?
Yeah, 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of one of the other bits, because there was the guy you said at the beginning, the blonde guy, the computer technician. There was a part where they come across this romantic sort of room or something, where he thinks that he has to have sex with the girl to bypass I don't know, something.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this perfect example of the opening of the movie. They're sitting there talking about, what's my chances on, surviving this. What's people betting on me? And the guy goes about 5 to 1, and she takes her top off,
Yeah,
and she's like, "Well, what are my chances now?" And he goes, "A lot better."
yeah.
Like,
And
yeah,
also,
whatever.
when it comes to the end, he's kind of crazy, and he's like he wants to do all the the winnings, the money for himself.
Yep.
And so one of the ones that gets killed earlier on, he puts her head, because her head gets decapitated, onto his belt, which I think, what the hell is happening here now?
Yep, and I mean, well, and I think he also in one scene fakes his death, and the main character of Megan is like, well, how did you get blood all over you? And he holds up the head and he starts smacking it on the side of his leg. He goes, "You'd be surprised how much blood you can squeeze out of a decapitated head."
Yeah.
Like what? I'm just sitting there going, "Okay, then."
Okay. No, yeah, it's just a really good film, but it's like I said, one of those movies that are so bad that you can actually just have so much fun with.
Yes,
Like it's like it's just funny as hell as well, though, isn't it? Like there's a lot of scenes that you just
yes.
laugh out loud at.
Yeah, and I mean, but yep. And if anybody watching decides to pick up slashers, make sure when you watch it, the opening scenes, and you see the so-called slasherettes, watch how they move.
What about the theme? What do you think of the theme? Slashers.
Slashers, yeah, and they're speaking Chinese, and all across it, the guy in the background going super fight.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. I think they could have left out the super fighting.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, it's not a bad soundtrack.
Oh dear. I actually added that soundtrack to my likes earlier.
But I'm,
I just
but I
couldn't
mean,
say it sounds really silly. You know?
but yeah,
Shall I give
but
my rating? Should I now?
yes.
Um, well, it's one of those that I just really enjoy, even though it's that bad.
Mhm.
I'd say 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of similar. I mean, I gave it a 5, and
Yeah.
so I mean, yeah, I mean, but like I said, anybody that wants to see it, definitely watch it. I mean, yeah, it's stupid, but it's good at the same time.
So, a lot of the other contestants died along with some of the slashers.
Hmm.
There's one survivor, but if it was done slightly different and there was, I don't know, some of the slashers were still alive,
Yeah.
what do you think a sequel would have been like?
Well, me personally, I think that Chainsaw Charlie at least should have survived.
Yeah.
And I did like to enjoy the character of Dr. Ripper, even though he was a pervert, but to say the least, because after all, he is a doctor.
Yeah.
But but I mean, other than that, I think that there should have been more actors.
Yeah.
If I could do a sequel, there'd be more contestants,
You
and
know
there'd
what I
be
would have liked, like, to be honest? That if that preacher man at the beginning was played by somebody different, then
yeah,
that way you could have like Chainsaw Charlie and that guy in the
hmm
same scene together.
yeah. I think it would have been good, and also, like I said, I would have added a hell of a lot more slashers to the show.
Yeah.
If I could make a part two, I would add a lot more slashers and a lot more contestants,
Hmm.
and I would have maybe put it in the woods instead of it being on, inside of a paintball stadium.
Yeah. Maybe if they did do a sequel, if the story was slightly different for there to be a sequel.
Yep.
Well,
I
it
mean,
is. There isn't one. I don't think there ever could be one now. But if things were different and there would, I think they could have put a sequel outside.
yeah, I think it'd been a lot more creepy, outside in like an enclosed area, where there's barbed wire fences, electrified fences, and stuff like that. Instead of having
Oh, you
people
have
with,
to sit on your shoulder.
yes, he actually loves sitting here. But but yeah, anyway, if you could have had it with like electrified fences and stuff like that instead of them running out with bicycle reflectors on their neck and shiny tape, I think it would have made a better movie. But I mean, if I was ever approached and said, well, we've seen you doing
Yeah.
Running Away from the Unknown, we've seen you write it, we've seen you produce it, how would you like to do slashers too? I'd be like, yeah, I'll write it and everything. It'd be a lot better movie.
Yeah. I didn't understand one thing though, but I guess to tie in with the story, that I thought that the contestants was the only persons that had to have those things on their necks.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the slashers, I thought that they wouldn't really need it, but they did.
Yeah, that was very weird because I mean, since apparently the slashers had been there for years, killing people, that they would understand the rules.
Yeah. Like what happened? Was it like that they I mean it's all to do with the commercials. I guess what would they do if they get electrocuted or something? Is that what their things was all about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I said, if the
Yeah,
story was different, it would have been good to see a sequel. But for what it is, I say, as I said earlier, 4 out of 10 would have been for me. And it was also not 5, 4.5 out of 10.
yeah, and I give it a solid 5. Also, James, I really appreciate you buying that and sending it my way. It was pretty neat to actually put it in the DVD player. Well, my Xbox 360, and
Yeah,
sit there last night and relived a bunch of memories.
that's cool. Because it would have 2001. That would have been the year that you exactly seen it last, would it, in 2001 or?
I know it has to be probably around maybe 12, 13 years since I've seen it last.
Yeah. When do you
So,
think
I mean,
you'll watch your next one? Like I said, you then.
oh, my next one, when will I watch Slashers
Ghostbusters.
again? Oh, Ghostbusters. Oh, yes, of course. I will probably watch Ghostbusters sometime this coming week.
Okay. Because
I'll probably,
the two cartoons on it are very familiar. I'm coming up to one of them now that I got. What the first one is based loosely on the first movie. It's a story where it's how Slimer first started to live with them.
mm-hmm,
There's sort of a story where it's sort of kind of after their events with Gozer from the first film.
yeah,
The episode called Citizen Ghost, and the second one is called Partners in Slime, and it's one where
mm-hmm,
it ties in with Ghostbusters 2, where Peter got get covered in the mood slime based in stuff from the second film, and
yeah.
are going off and try and save Janine because she's been kidnapped. So the two
Okay, but
because
yeah,
it is the first and second film, it is loosely based on the two films. So
true. And well, it's like I'll definitely have to watch that sometime this week, which I definitely will.
yeah.
It's been a while since I watched the very first Ghostbusters, anyway.
Mm-hmm. We got some more questions here. Shall we read this? Never seen Slashers, guys, and that's from Ashley McGee. I'd say Ashley. It's on Amazon because I bought Eugene's one on there. At the time, it was the last one in the stock, so I was lucky to pick up that one. To be honest, but there's probably
Yep.
more on there now, or even I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
eBay.co.uk might hold them. But if you can, I
Yeah,
totally recommend that you try and get it because it's a good movie. Um,
yeah. I mean, it's like right now. Let's see. Hang on a second. I'll check and see. As a matter of fact, let's see here. eBay. Okay. Which is cool that I can do this with my phone. All right, Let's see. Last recently viewed items. Poland 306A chainsaw.
Sorry?
I was just looking at my eBay and it said recently viewed items. And my last view item was a Poland 306A chainsaw, same one from the first movie.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was because of the picture you sent me on the Google.
Yep. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Well, that's kind of expensive.
Is it?
I don't know how much. Yeah, let's see. Slashers DVD, rare Fangoria DVD, $18, American.
Yeah. So yeah. At least you have the one from the UK, a really cool price.
Yeah, that's so. Well, hopefully you'll be able to find it, Ashley. I mean, because like I said, it's not a bad movie.
Eugene, have you watched any of the old Geeky Chats with me and James? That's from Malcolm.
Yes, I have, and that's what I was fixing to. I was fixing to ask if you ever decide to do a chat again. I'd love to have you come in and talk with me and James one day if you can.
That would be
I'd
cool.
like to talk to you.
Yeah. That would be cool. We could do that.
Yeah. I mean, because like I was telling everybody, you know, anybody that wants to join us, you know, that are friends are more than welcome. I'd be happy to talk to everybody.
What is this? These questions keep moving into different locations, so I'll keep looking down it. From Malcolm, he says there was meant to be a sequel to Slashers, but it got cancelled. All right.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know that either.
What? No, I mean, well, the thing is, I guess, you know, since the first one did bad, like I said, there's only a few people that like it.
Oh, Ashley replaced to, I think, when your cat was on screen. He says, there's Ginger, lol. What is your cat's name?
My cat's name is Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, yeah.
Mhm.
What's your favorite chainsaw, Eugene? Ask me, Ashley.
Watch it again. I couldn't
What's
understand
your
you, James. You
favorite
kind of broke
chainsaw?
up.
Sorry, what's your
What's my
favorite
favorite?
chainsaw? Yeah.
What's my favorite chainsaw? Oh man, probably my favorite brand of chainsaw is probably Steel, the big Steel Farm Bosses. And I mean, if you've never seen them, you can look them up on Google. They're really big and powerful. But probably one of my favorite chainsaws is a Poland 4200 Counter Vibe, because in the Poland 4200 Counter Vibe was actually painted orange, and the top of it was painted silver, and that was used in part two. In part one, it was a Poland 245. Well, not 245, it was a 306A with 245 parts. But they both look the same exact chainsaw, and I'll probably be getting one of those in the near future.
Have you ever used a real chainsaw for, like, I don't know, cutting trees or whatever?
As for actual work, yes, I've used a real chainsaw many times. As a matter of fact, my grandfather used to be a farmer before he passed away. So when he was unable to do certain work, it all went to me and my uncle,
Mm-hmm.
and we used to build fences around farms to keep horses and stuff like that in, and
Did
we'd
you
make
hold it
them
up
look
above
good.
your head like cheat, like Leatherface?
Yes, actually, me and my uncle both are guilty of that. So, yep, we'd be outside working on a farm job, and you know my uncle would be using one, and I'd be using one. We'd hold it up in the air and shake it.
Just like the scene at the end of the first movie.
Yep. So we used to do that. We're both guilty of that. Surprised we didn't cut our head off because those had real chains.
Yeah. We've got a nice little questions now, haven't we? I call Ashley. This is from Mike Malcolm. I call Ashley Frenchy all the time. He has French-looking face. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Malcolm.
Yeah. Yep.
Ashley says, Chainsaw Charlie, awesome name. Even better, Chainsaw Eugene. Actually, that sounds kind of cool with the like the picture you said about your girlfriend and making yourself the actor for the movie, the one you did for the I think was it your Facebook page?
Yep, that picture's actually on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
So, which I'm gonna have to go in and save the picture from my Facebook page and actually post it on my Twitter so you can see it.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do. I like to see that.
Yep.
James should be in slashers. Okay, Ashley, but what character name? Ooh. Dr. Rick, no, that's already been taken. What's the slasher's name? The slasher's name has not been used before. I don't know.
Let's see, let me think.
I know.
Slasher's name that hasn't been used
Massacre
for
Man.
See, I was thinking, let's see here. We could call you Egon. We could call you Egon, and your tagline would be, "This is Dr. Egon. If you mess with him, he'll cut your head off and your head will be gone."
Oh, that was great. Yeah. I like what you said there, and be gone. That's good. Sagging boobs, Eugene. Is like the character in the movie?
Yes, she had very, very badly sagging boobs. She was a pretty girl, but she got her shirt cut off, and and she all of a sudden she was screaming at one of the characters, "You want to see my boobs?" And then she moves her arms, and I'm sitting there going, "Well, they ain't all that great, sweetheart."
I think that happened again. Like, remember the bit when it got dark, really dark, and I think it was like for the show, for the viewers of the show, I had to like have it infrared, green infrared.
Yep,
and you can see her.
That was the thing.
Right?
Yeah, that was funny because the actual part had had the character of Dr. Ripper goes up and he cuts her top off again, and she's in the corner. He puts night vision goggles on, and then he does something to the camera, and then he snaps his fingers, and it goes dark. And it's kind of really weird because he looked like a mysterious peeper in the dark anyway.
Yeah.
Because when the lights come on, he's like, "That's the spirit," and he's got these big goggles
on. Fangoria or Rue Morgue? Oh, Rue Morgue, I think it is in the Rue Morgue in the horror block. I thought it was Fangoria. Then I was wrong. Thanks for correcting that. I really thought it was Rue Morgue, Fangoria. Have you read Fangoria, Eugene?
I have read like 1 or 2 issues. It's absolutely outrageous for. Well, I think we froze.
Sorry.
There we go. Good.
You're back?
All right, yeah, froze. Yeah, froze up a little bit, but Fangoria, I've actually read 2 or 3 issues, but it's absolutely a monstrous price to get a subscription.
Yeah.
So I've read a couple of them. I had a couple of friends that used to work at Scream Park at the haunted house I worked at that would buy an issue and leave it laying around, and I would grab it and read it.
That'd be cool. Horror Block had both milk. Oh, okay. Ashley just said the horror block had both the magazines in.
Yeah, I know it had Rue Morgue, but I think Fangoria was featured a couple times in it as well.
James' head will roll tonight, Lo. That's from Ashley McGee.
Yep.
It's rolling a bit already, mate, on this stuff here.
Yeah, it's which I'd really
Actually,
like to
pretty
try
much it's
that.
all gone now. I actually opened this after I had my dinner, so that's not that long ago. So I didn't get drunk, you know. I have done before, but I'm quite careful. Like last week, I had a bottle of this on. I bought 2 bottles that last week. I won't have 2 in one whole day. I'd have like maybe one day and the other next day.
Okay, so it's alcoholic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an alcoholic cider.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I think I might be able to find those in my local liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah. What 5 stars is 15 to what 10? Eh? What is a 15/10 low? I don't know what that means. So, Malcolm, what do you mean by that? 5 stars, it's
Yeah, I'm
15/10. She says James getting drunk. No, just a tiny bit.
Yep, but I'll tell you what, this seems like a good idea. Next time I watch slashers, I may go get about 6 or 7 alcoholic ciders and drink them while I watch it.
Yeah. You might find slashers even more funnier than it actually is.
Yes, I will.
Or even
And I'll be saying,
maybe watch an Ernest movie or something. That might make you laugh even more. Like could have
yeah,
been
or
in the courtroom. He got all his like the pen go down his face and everything.
but yeah, or either that, or I'll be sitting there screaming at the screen at slashers, going, "You need Egon, the man that'll cut your head off, and it's Egon."
There should have been the other character on there, and I could have been it. If you was a slasher in slashers, what would your name be?
That I haven't really thought about. Let's see.
I think that was a good question.
Probably, yep, probably Chainsaw Johnson.
Chainsaw Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you remember Chainsaw Charlie? He had a little bitty chainsaw.
Yeah, well, like his little brother.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, he's a little dork. I kicked him out.
I love in slashers how they're obsessed with pulling that girl's top off. That's from Malcolm.
Yeah, yep. That's all they want to do is take her shirt off.
Eugene, you should watch Hush on Netflix. It's a great watch.
I will definitely, as a matter of fact, well, as soon as I get done with the chat with James here, I'll go in and add it to the list.
I didn't even know heard of it. What's that about? Have you heard of it?
Hush?
Yeah.
I have never heard of it.
You don't mean Husk, do you, Ashley? I've heard of Husk.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Definitely, Malcolm. If you got Netflix, stay the hell away from the movie The Wrecker.
The what movie, sorry? The Wrecker?
I said, yeah, it's called The Wrecker. It's absolutely horrible.
The
Well, I mean,
Preacher
I
Man
don't.
was my favourite in the movie. Malcolm liked the Preacher Man.
You are
For you,
all.
Malk, here he is for you.
Yeah. I'll even add the commentary. You are all sinners.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus' face is not on the dollar bill that you all worship. Oh no.
He sounded really spooky there. You know, I mean, the makeup on it was so bad. I mean, look at the prosthetic on it. It's just hanging off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Chainsaw Charlie had more like a rubber mask on his face, didn't he? And
Yeah.
I think the Dr. Ripper had something on his face.
Yeah, he had it looked like a latex mask. But yeah, let's see, Chainsaw Charlie. Strange enough, actually here in America we have a magazine called Mad Magazine,
Yeah.
and the character of the magazine's named Alfred E. Newman, and actually it's a half mask of Alfred E. Newman.
Oh, was it?
It's Chainsaw Charlie's mask.
And Malk here says the American DVD Eugene has a commentary on it of slashers. Oh, right.
Yeah, yes, it does. Because, like I said, I used to have it.
What's your thoughts
but
on Netflix, Eugene and James? What's your thoughts on Netflix, Eugene?
I like it. Although I do have to say I miss dearly going into a video store and renting, DVDs and movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
That
but
was the best.
other than that,
That was the best times, really.
yep. And I mean, but other than that, though, I mean, I love Netflix, but I wish they'd have more content involving the horror genre and thriller and stuff like that. So I mean,
they got a lot of movies on there, but it's more based on like other genres, isn't it? And like TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a show that my neighbors have absolutely went apey over, and that's Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Have you seen that?
Yes, I've actually watched it because lesbians in prison.
I don't know.
James is at a loss for words.
I don't know what that is.
Let's see, well, well, let's just put it this way: there's girls that like other girls, and they're all in prison.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Hush is a horror thriller. Okay, Ashley. It's a horror thriller.
Okay, well, as a matter of fact, got my Roku going right now, which is one of the best inventions I believe that was ever made.
Yeah.
See here, let me go right now. Just press a little button, and I'm headed right toward Netflix. I'm gonna put it on the.
In front of you.
Yep. So I'm gonna put it on the watch list as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
What room are you in? Is that your living room?
This is actually my bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, and there we go. Hush. There we go. And it is added.
That's on your list for your other movies to watch now.
Yep, that is added. I also got Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3 on there. I haven't watched it yet. Everybody says it's disgusting.
Oh, Eugene, sorry, Eugene, I got your cat's name wrong. Oh, that was from earlier.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Yep, Pumpkin.
James, check out my horror DVD collection. I'll have to check out that video, Eugene. Ashley.
Yeah, I checked it out the other day, and he actually gave me a shout out, which I appreciate, Ashley.
Yeah, that's cool. I watched that video.
Yep. And but yeah.
What movie do you think you'll watch tonight?
That I'm not sure yet. So I just got so many to choose from.
Out of all the ones you've got, have you got any vampire movies?
I've got a few vampire movies on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite vampire movie of all, two favorite vampire movies of all time is Salem's Lot and Fright Night.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's your favorite part in Fright Night? The original and the classic?
Probably where Charlie's girlfriend sticks the hamburger in his face and the evil looks at him and goes, "You're so gullible, Brewster."
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts.
That was like the very comedic part of that movie, I think.
Yes.
And also when I should tell you the part I really like. When it's just after Evil becomes a vampire in that is it the alleyway?
Yeah.
He makes his way to Peter Vincent's apartment. I think at this time his face is like normal still.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, yeah, because he lets him in. He lets him in, yeah. So his face still must be normal. He invites him in, and then something must happen where his face changes, and then Roddy McDowell, Peter Vincent puts the cross on his head, and it starts to burn, and he ends up jumping out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, and I also like the part where he actually sneaks in Charlie's house when he's turning. You know, his face is kind of messed up then, and he looks at the note and he goes, "Your dinner is in the oven."
Yeah, that's because I think he's pretending to be his mum.
Yeah, yeah, but I liked that one a lot.
I thought the death scene of Jerry Dandridge was pretty interesting. That happened on top of the house, yeah. Where the sun just came up.
Mm-hmm. And the best part was he didn't sparkle.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Twilight, please don't watch this. We're not a fan of them at all. Especially with like vampires that walk about during the day and sparkle. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You know, vampires, vampires are like the ones that's nocturnal.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it. I mean, if anybody watching this is a Twilight fan, please send me your collections. I'll do a review on them, and then I will start the chainsaw downstairs and cut them in half.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that movie's worth.
Yeah. The original Fright Night 2, I like how he's going through therapy to try and come to terms that vampires aren't real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes through the same stuff happening again as like in the previous film, and now he starts to believe that he's actually not crazy, that actually all did happen.
Yep. But yeah, speaking of which, I added Fright Night 2, the remake, to my watch list on Netflix earlier this week.
Give it a go, but it's no way not as good as the original two.
Yeah, I had a feeling that it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
On the original one, my other favorite part is Charlie's new girlfriend. She's with like the doctor. I think on their way to try and get Peter Vincent out of prison. But at this point, they're waiting for a train to pass, but there's nothing passing. And that psychiatric doctor, or the doctor that was treating Charlie at the beginning, is now a vampire.
Yeah.
But there's no way there's no way of knowing how he become a vampire. He sort of just was.
Yeah.
You know, you saw him as the doctor at the beginning, and then he was probably human and all that, and then later on something must have happened, but it never sort of like had it on camera or had it a part of the film. You just sort of became it, you know. So I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, because he was the actor that played was quite big, and he he fell over quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then when the girl was running away, he actually came around the corner. You know, what's going on there?
I know it's. I mean, it's like with tons of movies. I mean, I've asked the same question. I've been sitting in places and going, "What the hell is the point of this?"
Yeah, but they do have some very good parts in the second one. There's I think there's like a vampire type of werewolf in the second one, and I think there's it in the bowling alley, is it? I think where they got to take off somebody's head and they threw the head across the bowling alley.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like also I remember the werewolf type vampire character also trying to peep in on girls at the college or whatever, and she shuts the window on his fingers.
It's like his fingernails are all breaking. You can actually hear it and see it, and he falls down into some kind of pool or something.
Yep, and best I remember, I think he runs out and completely naked.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's already turned back human, and his fingers are like kind of swollen and red. Plus, his fingernails are gone, and he runs out of the bushes completely naked, trying to find clothes.
Yeah,
that was
the library as well, where the same vampire / werewolf character was going to try and have a date with Charlie's girlfriend. Charlie comes back. Something happens, and the werewolf gets into werewolf form again and starts chasing him around the library. And something happened where he fills the mouth with roses or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Stops it. It puts smoke in the werewolf's mouth, and it kind of then stops him for a bit.
Yep, it's been years since I watched it.
Some very good stuff in it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like Regine, who was the character in the second film. Was it like a coffin? Was at the bottom of the apartment block?
Yeah, I think so.
And Charlie and Peter Vincent destroy the coffin by putting these things in it.
Yeah.
And then she has nowhere to go to for when the sun comes up. She turns into like some sort of big bat-like creature.
Yeah.
Flies up through the elevator and comes through the ceiling, comes through the floor when Peter Vincent's in there, I think.
Yeah.
I wish they could have done like a long time ago. But I wish it would have been good if they did like an original third film. Way back when they were still, when the classic films were done and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's like who I always wanted to play the part of Peter Vincent
Yeah.
was Bruce Campbell. From the Evil Dead and the Army of Darkness and everything, I think he'd make a good Peter Vincent. He'd be ready to fight him, that's for sure.
The problem is, the years pass, and they decided to remake them.
Yeah, I know, and with completely off the original story completely.
Why do they, like with these remakes, or if they put them into a different universe or whatever? Um, they completely change, don't they? The characters, like the way they're supposed to be, and that they just
Mm-hmm.
completely re-image them and make them in a way that fans of the original movies just don't like them anymore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's completely ridiculous, and it hurts the name anyway.
I mean, if they want to make a remake of something, change the name a little bit or something like that, you know?
Yep. I mean, and plus, I don't understand this whole thing about remakes anyway. Keep it going.
Yeah, like yeah, I'd like that. I mean, remakes. I mean, like I'll say it before I say it again. Ghostbusters 3 would have been brilliant, you know. It would have
Yep.
went on from the other two, fantastic, you know. But they, with that, so
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Ashley.
up in there.
Ashley just messaged me on Facebook, and he just took a screenshot. I don't know if you can see it just there, but it's a picture of me on his computer. So, yep, I'm glad he's watching the show.
Oh, I must take a picture of the computer.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some more questions here. Ready for this?
Yeah.
James the vampire lover. That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, Ghostbuster lover, vampire lover. Yeah, I could be fascinated with it. That's like you with like Jason Chainsaw. We have our favorite stuff, don't we? We enjoy so.
Yep. I mean, well, that's the thing is, after Gunnar Hansen, rest his soul, passed away unfortunately and sudden. The next movie that I went to, who has my idol in it, is Jason, which is Kane Hodder.
Yeah,
And I mean, going to a convention in Virginia and shooting the movie while Kane and C.J. Graham, the two people that played Jason, was actually a guest at the convention that I was at.
hmm
Everybody knew that we was going to be filming a movie, and Kane come up and seen me in my makeup, and CJ, and both of them come up to me and was like, "You'd make a really good bad guy in this movie."
and that's
So
how you got the film now, was it? The
yeah,
Running Away from the Unknown.
yep, and I mean but they looked directly at me and said that my makeup was awesome and that I'd make a really good bad guy in the movie, and that was to me that was the ultimate compliment.
Your co-star in Run Away from the Unknown, who was in the Toxic Avengers, Dominic Carvido.
Yes,
What's he like in person?
one of the nicest guys that I know.
Yeah,
And I mean, that's like, I met him on Facebook for the first time. And then me and Tammy, my girlfriend, we
yeah,
both finally got to meet him in person in Virginia when it came time to film.
that's cool.
And we come up there, we shared a hotel room with him. And so, we had our hotel room and everything. And I mean, that's like he'll call me every 3 or 4 days just to check up on me.
That's cool.
Yep. So, I
So
mean, yeah,
what is he doing at the moment? Because you're not filming, are you, at the minute?
no, he's trying to get another place to live.
Okay.
He's busy trying to get another place to live. He's wanting to move, so he's getting another place to live. And plus, he's doing a show he's got his own radio show,
Okay.
which if you want to check it out, all you got to do is look up the Italian Voice radio show. It'll give you links to the radio station that you
hmm
can listen in on. And sometimes I'm a guest on there. So,
Well, that's good. I'll look at that.
yep. But yeah, guys, and I'll throw it in here again if you guys want to check it out. www.runningawayfromtheunknown.com.
I'll link it in again tomorrow.
All right, but yeah, and like I said, it still needs work, but at least it's up and running.
Yeah. So, is it next month or so you'll be doing the finishing touches to the movie?
Should be, at least I'm hoping. And plus, we found out that the other day that we're actually going to have a really good studio that he's going to do his radio station in, and also when it comes time to do video commentary on the DVD, we'll be recording there.
That's cool.
Yep. So it'll have hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, we'll have a commentary track, some extra bonus features, one of the trailers that I shot myself and directed myself.
That's cool.
We're hoping that will be in the extra features. So
yeah. How long is it since, the movie you're working on now, since he did his work on Toxic Avenger?
he was actually in the Toxic Avenger in 1983.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Long
been
time.
it's been a very, very long time, because I think he might have been, I don't know, 14, 15 years old when he did the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while.
I have to check out those movies. I think my next movie pickup, I might get that movie.
Yep. It's a really good movie. You got to understand it's independent, but I'll tell you straight up, it's a lot better than slashers. But, and that's another thing, guys, since you're subscribed to me, anybody watching, go to my channel. You'll be able to see me do a personal promo with Mr. Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma Entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Ashley says, Fright Night had an awesome soundtrack. That it did.
Yes, it
It's
did.
available on CD and vinyl, but I've been meaning to get it for quite a while, but I've always went back to just listening to it on YouTube quite a bit. But yeah, it's got a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, I like the main theme of it a lot.
Or Come to Me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I had it on my computer, but since I changed the laptop a couple of years ago, I had to get rid of some of my favorite music that was on it.
Yeah, that's with my phone. I used to have a ton of music on my phone, but I had to get rid of it all.
Yeah, that's one of the classic lines from the first film, and the second one, I think. Welcome to Fright Night for real.
Yes, a very classic line. And of course, Peter Vincent's in the first one. Nobody wants to see vampire movies anymore. The only people that want to see people in ski masks going around chopping up young virgins. Very memorable line.
You should get a Jason Funko Pop, Eugene.
Yes, I know. My girlfriend's already been talking about that, as a matter of fact. She's the one
that's from Ashley.
Yep. No, I've seen your pop. Very cool figure. But yeah, that's something. She's the one that actually inspired me and keeps pushing me to play Jason at conventions. So
here's a joke here, based on what Malcolm said, but he's only joking when he said this. Malk is a Twilight lover. Just joking.
I'm hoping you're joking, man. Ugh.
Yeah. We've got 3 views. That'll be Ashley, Malcolm, and I think somebody else. We've been doing really good with the questions, haven't we? Because we've squeezed in saying doing our review of slashers. Talking about the your Jason costume in your video you did. Fright Night and certain other bits as well. I'm reading these questions from others. It's really cool, isn't it, this time?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty cool. We kind of got something in common right now, James, with slashers.
Yeah.
You remember one of the girls when they go in the clown room? We've got 2 people talking to us and a silent third. So I'm like, yep, well, he's became the silent peeper.
You know that next week will be our eighth chat.
Be 8 chats. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Are
But
you okay for next week?
yeah, I'm fine for next week. But yeah, Malcolm, Ashley, if you guys can, we'd love to have a video chat with you so we can talk about whatever crosses our minds.
If next week episode 8, I think episode 8 would be a good one. If either you two can join us, let us know or let me know because I'm the host of the chat. You know, I start it up and everything. So if you're free next Saturday, if you're in a UK time, I'll say UK. What time is it there, Eugene, when you go live? When we go live?
It is actually 4 p.m. here.
4 p.m. Eugene's time, 9 p.m. here my time. Malcolm, Ashley, if you're free at that time next week, let us know or send me a message on YouTube, and we'll send you invites as well. You can come on and join us.
Yep,
You
and
know, it's called the Johnson's Live, but it's always good to have more people on board with us. So,
yep, we can talk about vampire movies, Twilight, or
or
James
anything else they want to talk about. So it's cool.
or James Imposter of Egon.
Yeah, yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, so I mean, no, you guys are more than welcome to show up. Plus, what I'm trying to do, James, is I'm trying to get us a special guest of Mr. Dominic Calvito himself to come and chat with us.
That would be fantastic.
Yep, so I've been talking to him about it. I'm sure after he gets everything done and moved and squared away, he will be more than happy to come on and talk.
That'd be good, cool. Adaptive, the movie you're doing now and Toxic Major. That'd be really good.
Yep, so I'm going to be talking to him, and hopefully he'll be able to come in and do a guest spot. So
You know what? I look forward to that. But they do moving and stuff and all that first. But that'd be something to really look forward to, actually.
yeah, like I said, he said he was very interested in it. So
Does he watch them?
he's seen a couple of our videos before. So
Yeah.
I mean, plus he's kind of busy and stuff. But he says he said you talking about the movie, right? I said, of course. I said we've talked tons about the movie.
So, other than Toxic Avenger and Running Away from the Unknown, has he been in any other movies or TV shows like stuff?
He's actually in a movie called Family Property 2. He's never been in a TV show because, see, after Toxic Avenger, he kind of laid low for a while.
All right.
So now, I mean, he's wanting to write his own movie and get it out there and everything. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and he picked me to help.
Why was it he was laying down a while after the movie?
There wasn't really nothing. Well, plus one big thing, he lost his mother and his father.
Okay.
And after that, he really became serious into alcoholism.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that kind of ruined his life for a while. But he's been clean and sober for the last 3 or 4 years.
That's good.
So, yep, I mean, so he's getting his life back together.
And
And,
he's doing a great movie with you.
yep, he's doing a movie with me. And, I mean, Lloyd Kaufman's going to be in it. We've had people from
I think I saw a video of you at the a convention with you and him talking.
Yep, and they very, very nervous when I did that.
Yeah, you looked a little bit because you were stood next to him. You were like this, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was standing right there next to him, and see, that was the thing. I got a phone call when I was up there, and Dominic, he was like, "Go up to Lloyd when you go in the convention. Tell him Dominic says hi, and asked him if he wouldn't care to shoot a promo with you."
Okay.
I'm like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "How about you call and I'll just hand him the phone?" He's like, "No." He's like, Just asked him. So I went up to him. I was like, "Hello, Mr. Kaufman. You know Dominic?" He's like, "Yeah, I know Dominic. Yes, he was in one of my movies." I said, "Yeah."
What was the black stuff around your eyes? Was that based on the costume you had on, or?
That was originally based on the costume, but as I got to looking at it and seeing pictures, it just didn't look right.
Yeah.
So what I did was I cut back, went to a lighter shade of makeup, used different contact lenses, And when I walked into the convention in Virginia dressed like that, you've seen the picture at the website with me grabbing a hold of his throat.
Yeah.
When I walked into the convention like that, that was the brand new makeup. The day that picture was shot was the brand new makeup. And I walked in and everybody kind of got that tingle up their spine when they seen me. So I was like, well, yep, this works. This is definitely the makeup. So, I mean, the original plan is I was going to walk around with a big, huge duster jacket on, which is like a trench coat. I was going to wear one of those. And
The leather jacket you actually wore, because I've seen the pictures, you look great in that. The character you played, great.
yeah, that's, well, I come up with that idea at the last minute. I called Dom and I was like, Dom, I was like, there's a lot of people that don't like the black makeup around the eyes. They're like, it's too easily done. So, I was sitting there thinking about it and I said, how about I just wear all black leather jacket and, and fix my makeup a different way. He's like, oh yeah, I love that. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
So without any tests or anything, my girlfriend Tammy, she was sitting there and I was sitting on the hotel bed and she put the makeup around my eyes and made all the ridges and stuff in my face darker. And then I put the contact lenses in. And I do have to say it's kind of chilling. It didn't look anything like me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
What I like on the promo, on the website, the little video at the bottom.
mm-hmm.
I don't know what was going on at the beginning because I think Dominic playing the part. Maybe I'm not too sure. But it's like took to his girlfriend, but then a shoulder. I think is it your hand that touches his shoulder, and then he sort of it's like a force that's bringing him up and then taking him somewhere.
Yep, that's and you understand it perfectly. That's what we was going for. Dominic is visiting his parents' grave.
Yeah.
That's the way the scene starts out. He's crying to his girlfriend, and the thing is, his girlfriend can't see me.
Yeah, that's exactly how it looks. Exactly. Yeah.
Yep, his girlfriend cannot see me, so what she sees is the actual force of his jacket being pulled up and took away.
Yeah.
And we did a couple of shots that's really going to look good because there's a couple of shots that you get a point of view from her.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You get a point of view from her, and it shows his jacket still being tugged with nobody behind him.
That's cool.
Then it cuts back to me, then it cuts back to Dominic, who you see me carrying up the hill.
Yeah. I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
that was a really interesting way. Like, I actually really can't wait to see this. The
Yeah,
movie itself, I mean, but like the clips, the trailer, it looks like it's going to be like it just looks like it's going to be all fit together and everything very well.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely glad you picked up the fact that that the only one that can see me is Dominic, because it's actually a manifestation of his inner demon.
Yeah,
You
and you
know,
are the demon.
yes, and I'm the demon. So yeah, it was actually a manifestation of his inner demon coming back to force him, wanting him to drink more and wanting him to basically die.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, and there's one
Yeah,
scene.
so in this movie, is he like playing like a version of himself?
Yes, he's playing a version of himself. And one of the Walking Dead stars named Jeremy Ambler, he was actually featured in 2 episodes of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He was actually a zombie, and he was one of the king zombies. They call it main zombies because he actually got camera time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you put in Jeremy Ambler on Google and
Yeah.
hit images, you'll be able to see the zombie character he played. It's really weird looking. But I mean, he actually winds up playing the role of young Dominic.
Yeah.
So he played the role of that, and a few of the Walking Dead stars is in the movie. So
That's cool.
yeah, so it's definitely an experience, and I mean, it was really hard for me to play somebody so evil
Mhm.
when everybody that knows me is like, "You're the sweetest guy we know." I'm like, "Yeah, that might be, but when it came time to act, I had to.
So, when you had to do your first few scenes, let's say, was it hard getting into character then and doing the first few, say, evil scenes?
Actually, that night that we first shot, absolutely not,
Is
because
that is that the night when you were pretty angry because of the contact situation?
yes, well, I mean, we'd been told, the guy had told us he was coming to shoot the movie at a certain time.
Yeah.
So I had to get in makeup at around 8 o'clock that morning. I went to sleep at about 4 that morning,
Mhm.
and had to wake up at 8 o'clock. And as soon as I woke up, I went into the bathroom, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and put the contact lenses in.
Yeah.
So this was at 8 o'clock in the morning. I get dressed, everything, and then we go to the convention to wait for Dominic to get done with, signing autographs and stuff. Then we go back to the hotel, and
Mhm.
it's late afternoon, about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. In the afternoon, we sit there and wait, wait. 8 o'clock comes, 9 o'clock comes, 10 o'clock comes, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock.
You know
He shows.
what? I'd be exactly the same. I'd feel exactly the same as way as you. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, 3 o'clock in the morning finally shows up, and he comes back to the hotel. You guys ready to shoot? I'm like, at 3 in the morning? Yeah. So anyway, they sit there and go, okay, well, we're gonna get this done. I'm like, all right. I'll go behind the building, and the more I sit there and thought about it, the more mad I got.
Yeah.
So coming out of the character was no problem at all. And then when finally he decided to shoot the POV point of Dominic laying on the ground and me picking him up and taking him away, yeah, I admit I went over there and grabbed a lot more than I should have. I grabbed skin and shirt and hair and everything else and just picked him up and basically slung him all across the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, because the thing was, at that point in time, my eyes were itching so bad, and I
I
couldn't.
agree. The rest of the movie that you have to film that's left of the project is quite an easy job.
I think that the rest of the filming should go pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I mean, but that one night, my eyes were itching. I couldn't reach up and do that to my eye because if I did, I would ruin the makeup.
Yeah.
So I
Are you
basically,
looking forward to the finishing filming and the final release of the movie?
I'm extremely looking forward to the releasing of the movie. I'm looking forward to going to the premiere, and I'm also looking forward to the future conventions that I'm going to be a part of. So
Hmm. Um, where is the premiere going to be?
I'm going to say the premiere is either going to be in New York or New Jersey.
Okay.
So yeah, we might get lucky enough. He's looking at establishments right now to premiere the movie at.
Yeah,
So
before I gotta say this, before knowing about you in the movie and stuff, I always thought that recording a movie is like you sort of like you go to a certain location, you stay there for a while until the movie's actually finished.
mhm.
That's actually what I thought. But because it takes time, it's like
Yeah.
you go and do your first few bits or whatever, then go home for a while until they call you back to a certain location. Then you go back and finish it.
Mhm.
Now, I always thought a movie was done in one go, but now I know that it's done like
Yeah. Well,
sections and stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes it happens that way. I mean, that's like a lot of people don't realize that Friday the 13th, Part 7,
Hmm.
was actually 50% in the bag of filming before Kane Hodder even got on set.
All right.
Yeah, because they shoot films out of sequence,
Yeah.
and then they cut them all together, and so yeah, they made. I mean, it's like
Is your movie filmed like that?
yes. So I mean, yeah, they were. I was still home when Dominic called me and said they'd already started shooting.
Okay.
So, and I mean, basically, what it is like, say that the next movie I do, and I'm just throwing it out there, just keep my fingers crossed. say the newest Jason movie.
Mhm.
They'll have the actors and actresses come in, and they'll shoot the beginning of like them riding in the car and showing up to the so-called Crystal Lake. They'll have them showing up at Crystal Lake. They'll have them doing whatever, and then they'll send me in, say 2 or 3 weeks later, and do all my Jason parts.
Mhm. It's nice to know from a friend who's also an actor now. Just like how is sort of what parts to make a movie and how it is to actually make one, and when your scenes take place, and when you've got to wait a bit to do your certain other bits. It's good to know, because I never knew that it's like that in making a film, but very interesting.
Yep, I mean, but yeah, that's how 90% of the bigger films are shot. They already got the major, most principal photography done, and then they'll send you in and shoot you the scenes that they need you in, and then you get to go home.
Mm-hmm. Plus, the next bit, you're gonna be doing this in the actual studio, isn't it? That's gonna be cool.
Yep. So the next thing I'll do, which we might do it the same day, we'll be sitting there talking about the movie and the scenes and stuff like that, and then somebody will come in and lay it on the DVD. So.
Mm-hmm. Did you have to do anything like read-throughs before the actual acting?
No, actually, well, the next scene I'm going to shoot requires a script, but 90% of the stuff we've done so far has been ad-libbed.
Okay, that's good.
Yep, and I mean that's which was really easy to do because it's basically me and Dom, which Dom's a good actor, was a great actor, and I was just playing off the things he was doing.
Are you the writer of the script, or something else?
I actually helped write the movie. A lot of the stuff that was filmed was a lot of my ideas, and so I mean, it's Dominic, me, and a guy named Derek. So
Yes, you've done a lot of stuff in this project. Have you done the some of the writing of the script?
yep.
You've done a lot of stuff. I think what was it else you done in the film? You done the
I'm an executive producer.
yeah.
I'm executive producer. Yep, I'm executive producer, writer, and also stunt coordinator. So yep, I did
Can you
all
talk
that.
about the stunts you've done, or what you?
Well, basically, for many, 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 many years, and Malcolm and Ashley can confirm this. Used to be a very big wrestling fan.
Okay.
So when somebody falls down, I know how to take the hit where they won't get hurt.
Yeah.
So I was telling Dominic, see, there's a scene where Dominic is basically pushed down, and he's pushed down on the ground. So before that's, it wasn't much of a stunt, but it was, it wasn't much to it. But still, I went over to the area where he was going to fall, made sure all the sharp twigs and rocks and stuff were out of the ground before he fell down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I basically showed him how to fall.
Yeah.
And then he fell, and I was like, "Are you comfortable? Are you hurt?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, when we start to shoot, make sure that you fall like that again." And he did, and it looks real. So
Very cool stuff.
yeah, so I was doing all that. Plus, I'd like to work on bigger stunts in other movies if I can, or the next movie that we make have bigger stunts in it.
Yeah. You got a question here from Ashley saying, "Are you watching WWE Payback tomorrow?"
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yep. So
What's that on?
that's actually on a place called WWE Network. It's kind of like Netflix. You pay $10 a month for it, and it's all wrestling.
Okay.
Yep, it's all wrestling all the time. There's there's millions of pay-per-views on it. So
Another one from Ashley. I think this is to you, or maybe to both of us. We should be the new Lost Boys if there's a remake.
I agree.
Yeah. We could be the vampires of wherever the film would be set in.
Yeah. Yes, and hopefully, well, where I'm familiar with New York, we could shoot it in New York, and James could be a vampire version of a Ghostbuster.
Now that would be interesting.
No, James, man, I got to pick on you about the Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah.
If I didn't joke with you, I wouldn't like you.
I know. What was I going to say then? Yeah, it would be cool though, a vampire busting Ghostbuster.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe
Which,
now it's been said, maybe an actor or director or whoever might watch this one day and then come up and say, that's not a bad idea.
yeah, let's have Ghostbusters where they're vampires.
They might send me an inbox saying, we want you for our actor to be
Yes.
Ghostbuster vampire.
Yeah,
You never know, it might be me in a movie.
yeah, they could probably see this video, call you, and say, "Yeah, we want you to act in it." Eugene, we want you to direct it. Okay.
You know, I'm one day in future, I don't know when it'll be, but my desire is to visit Manhattan.
Yeah, that's going to be cool because I'll actually be visiting around through there next month when we get to film.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's what I was going to tell you too. After we get done filming and everything, I'll take pictures of everything and send it to you.
That'd be cool.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take pictures of the actual Ghostbusters building.
Yeah.
And what I'm planning on going to the library. So
that'd be good. Well, I'm planning to do that as well, but it'll probably be after when you do yours. So I look forward to seeing the pictures and stuff.
I'll definitely take pictures and send them to you.
Have you ever been to Liberty Island and the Statue of Liberty?
I have not been to the island. I have this would be my very first trip. Well, no, this will be my second trip to New York, but it'll be my first trip to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I've
I
been
know
to
in the movie Ghostbusters 2 when they get the statue to walk as all like miniatures and an actor and stuff, but I think it looks very good.
Yes, it
looks
does.
like it looks like the actual real thing
Mm-hmm.
moved from the island to shore, walking along the street to the Manhattan Museum of Art, the torch actually hitting the top of the roof,
Yep.
and them actually falling down through the location to capture Vigo. I thought that was it looked absolutely real. But
Yeah,
what made it even not so real was when the credits come up at the end, you can actually see the statue back where it was again.
Yep.
But,
And that's something that I always wanted to see in Ghostbusters. I wanted to see them make the Statue of Liberty move again, but I wanted it to fight the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
and if they would have made a third one, which is what I really wanted, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that's what I always told everybody. I said it would have been amazing if the Statue of Liberty took on the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, with the Ghostbusters, of course, controlling the Statue of Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think that would have been a great scene. I think it'd have been wonderfully done if, of course, Dan Aykroyd come in to co-write it and everything. I'm kind of leery about the one coming out, but I'll probably, hopefully we could privately chat and you could tell me about it because I ain't going to see it till DVD.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, you can't reproduce perfection.
Mm-hmm. Maybe tomorrow or the next day we can play each other if you want.
Yep, hopefully if I'm not doing anything. I mean, every time we've had something planned, it's like, well, I need you to do this. What? And I mean,
Maybe if in the morning or something, my time, and it's an okay time for you.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing else planned. Because I can do what I could always wait and do what I want to do later on during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So once I come on, I can see you're on as well. You can do a short one then, and then I got my days quite long, and when I'm up, I can contact you and see what happens then maybe, and then
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the other day when we were supposed to chatted. My brother texts me and he's like, "Have your stuff on. We're coming to film." What?
Yeah, that's
So,
okay. Yeah, so whatever day, but yeah, it'd be cool. I'm sure we'll do, some point. It'd be
mhm. Yeah, I'm sure we can figure it out.
yeah. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. Maybe half hour okay for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It's been a good one, hasn't it, so far?
Yep, and I'm finally glad that we got Malcolm and Ashley in here asking us questions.
Got some more stuff here from Ashley. Vampires Ghostbusters coming soon, lol. Yes, I would like that.
Yep, and you
Directed
talk.
by Eugene Johnson,
Yep, and you talk.
starring me. And I
Yep,
think you do a very good story as well.
yeah, I'd have it like a split personality, kind of like the movie Blade, where they're fighting vampires, but they're also vampires themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Do you like do you like the Blade movies?
I've got a couple of them. I do have to say though that I wasn't really a big Blade fan because it goes all back to the principle of vampires walking around in daylight.
Yeah. At least they don't sparkle.
Yeah, they didn't sparkle, but I mean, still, from the movies that I grew up with,
Mm.
a vampire cannot stand any type of daylight.
I know that's how I prefer 'em, but
Yes, and I mean but I mean, I didn't even enjoy the comic books. Everybody's like, "Oh, Blade comic book is better." I've read the comic books, and I'm like, yeah, it's still, it doesn't thrill me that much.
I guess the only thing well, it's daywalkers they call it in that, don't they?
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, but it takes away the whole principle of what a vampire is.
I like the bit in the first movie, which there's a vampire at the beginning of the movie, and he's like a nighttime one. The daylight kills him.
Hmm.
I think he got completely burnt by something.
Yeah,
He
I
took it to
can't.
the morgue or something. He was like burnt. His body was completely burnt,
Yep.
and he still came back.
Yeah, and that's actually a funny story talking about Blade and professional wrestling. There was actually a wrestler in Blade 3.
Okay,
Yep, there was Triple H,
all right.
which in America, well, he was known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley for years, but he's a big dude.
Did you see the Blade TV series?
Yes, I watched it a little bit, like I said, but I don't know what it is. My girlfriend is trying to get me into supernatural and stuff like that. I just, for some reason, I'm not into the TV shows as much as I am the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, because, it's like everybody going completely slap nuts over The Walking Dead. And, I've sit there, I've watched The Walking Dead, but I guess it's just me. When I want to watch something, I want the whole story.
Yeah.
And and not be sitting there for a whole week waiting for the next thing to happen. Like, it just gets on my nerves. So I'm like, yeah, I'm the type person that when he goes and wants to read a book or whatever, I mean, it's basically like taking a really good novel and having the author sit there and say, take the book and go, rip, here's the first part, you come back next week and have the rest.
I think when we do our private chat in a week, I'll make sure I grab a movie to show you upstairs, and it's called Children of the Night, but it's a really good nocturnal vampire movie where
Yeah.
they don't walk in daylight, and it's a recommendation to you, so I'll show you it.
Yep.
Um, and I think I don't show clips on here because it becomes a YouTube video, and you need to be careful of copyright. But if it's just a normal one-to-one private chat, I can maybe show you the trailer of the film somehow.
Oh yeah, well
I
yeah.
could do I could show my screen off, show my screen to you, and I could bring up the trailer of it. I think it's on YouTube, and I can show you the trailer of the film
Okay.
and show you the version of the movie I got. And it's called Children of the Night. It's a very good film, but it's one of those it's like kind of proper vampires. It's class like say Lost Boys or stuff like that. Not daylight ones,
Yep.
So.
Yep, and you just give me a great idea. Lost Boys versus Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Me and Ashley will play the vampires, and you can chase us.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'd have to change the streams to actually capture vampires instead of ghosts.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got some questions here from Ashley now. Thanks for watching this, Ashley. It's been good fun having your questions here. The first Blade movie is the best.
There we go.
Sorry, did it stick?
Yes, it stuck for a second.
Okay. The question there was the first Blade movie is the best. That was from Ashley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I did. I did enjoy it somewhat, but like I said, it just made me, I didn't care for the part where he could, go outside. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm. I think we talked about the Underworld movies before, but Ashley asks, "Do you like Underworld?"
Underworld, I thought was pretty cool. The only thing that I really didn't care for too much in that movie was the fact that the werewolves kind of look cat-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, because if you look at them in the face, they kind of look like a cat. And I'm like, is he going to come in the room and go, "Roar," or is he going to come in the room and go, meow?
And Ashley says, "I've never been to America."
Well, hopefully one day you'll get to come and see everything and have a Twinkie.
Yeah. I've been in America for I'd say maybe until 3 or 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. I went to Sacramento twice. My brother lived there for a while.
Yeah, he lives in Arizona now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to Sacramento twice. Actually, I think it might have been 3 times.
That's sadly, I've never been to California.
Because I went to Sacramento twice, and then it was off to Phoenix, Arizona, because that's when my brother had his wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, before going off to Phoenix, we went to LA.
Okay.
A couple of days, I feel like a week before.
Yeah.
Stayed in a hotel there because I went to Universal Studios.
Yep, man. Speaking of which, downtown LA and around the LA area was where two of the best movies in the world were filmed out, and that was Terminator and Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, yeah, I've always wanted to go to California. Unfortunately, I ain't made it yet. See, if you look at a map, I'm on the east side, closer to New York and New Jersey and places like that.
Yeah.
And
I think
California.
because also, sorry to cut you off there. I just want to say that in a way, you're closer to me in a way
Mm-hmm.
closer to me than deeper America.
Yeah.
Because New York, New Jersey, was it Winchester? You said you were in the
Yeah, I was actually in a little small town called Winchester in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean but yeah, I'm on the
That's
east.
more like the area more further. America's big, but it's not. I mean, it's not far into the states. It's more,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the area that I'm around in is called. You can look it up on Google. It's called the Appalachian region,
Mm-hmm.
which is like.
What's your area like that you're in now? Because I know you moved, as well a little while ago.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's same state, same town. So I mean, it's a lot of rolling green hills, a lot of farmland areas like that. It's a really peaceful place. Depends on where you live.
Yeah.
But
So is it you live in an apartment? Do you? Is it like an apartment block or?
Yes, it's like a big, huge apartment block. Well, I mean, I think I sent you that picture of me and my neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of apartments around me, uh, which I don't really like. I'd rather be in the country by myself.
Hmm.
But I mean, but no, it's kind of Kentucky in a way, depending on what season it is, kind of reminds me of the Moors.
What is it?
Yes. So, yep. I mean, but I've always thought that, and that's one thing I can honestly say. I definitely one day have to get over to England so I can actually see the Moors, and I just got to make sure I stick to the road.
Yeah, American Wolf in London.
Yeah. Yep. Make sure that I stick to the road, stay off the moors, or otherwise,
You'll be eaten.
yes, or get a bit, and I will have to eat people in Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah.
So,
But you lived next to your uncle as well, didn't you?
yes, my uncle actually lives in the same apartment complex.
Hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, that's one good thing. I do have some family around me. My brother still lives here as well, but
Yeah.
he doesn't live in the complex. He lives probably about, I'd say, maybe 15 minutes away.
Yeah. So it's
So,
easy for them to come up when you did that Jason stuff.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Here it is. But yes, he was generous enough to drop this off.
Ah, yeah, that's nice.
Yep. So I'll be reviewing this one, and also my girlfriend last night actually ordered me the first one.
I was actually going to just say then, have you got the first one?
Yep, I've got it on the way. So,
Yeah.
but
So is your girlfriend like a big movie fan as well? Like a general movie fan or?
she's a huge horror movie fan. As like I said before, that's where we met at was actually a horror movie Facebook group.
Okay.
And yeah, and that's see, there's a lot of people that judge us because I'm 30, I'll be 32. She's actually 51,
Okay.
so she'll be 52 this year. She's actually 20 years older,
Hmm.
but
You know, I think ages doesn't really matter in a way because if you're involved with a person that you like them, you love them, and stuff like that, age
yep,
doesn't matter.
no, and I mean she's an absolute wonderful person.
Yeah.
And I mean the thing is that my past relationship that I had,
Yeah.
I was treated worse than a dog.
Oh God, will you?
Yeah, I mean, I was cheated on. I was constantly lied to. I had stuff stolen from me. It was just constant. So, I mean, and after I got out of that relationship, luckily she got the hell away from me.
You know what? I'm glad that you're in the life you got now, and you have somebody else's.
Yeah, and so,
You're better off now than you were before.
yep. And I mean, see, that was the thing. I wasn't looking for nobody. And then all of a sudden, uh, Tammy, well, thanks, Ashley. Ashley just messaged me and it popped up on my iPad. He said, "Age is just a number, dude." Yeah, very true. But I mean, yeah, we met each other, and come to find out, she's just like me. She likes the same music, likes the same movies. We both got kind of the same personality, so yeah, we just clicked.
That's cool.
Yep. So I mean, very very happy with her, and very glad that I don't have to relive. I mean, I was basically put through pure hell.
It sounds like it from when you said it just now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like I was telling you about putting guitar videos on.
Yeah,
You
yeah, because yeah, she wouldn't even let you do music or anything else to express
no,
yeah.
yeah, she wouldn't. I mean, she was scared to death that if I put guitar videos on YouTube, there'd be a bunch of girls watching my videos wanting to meet me.
Silly.
Yeah, I know, and I mean that's like half the people that subscribe to my channel are you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was like, they're guys. And she's like, I don't care. You're not putting any videos on YouTube of you playing guitar. So yeah, I mean, I didn't get to play with my band for 4 years.
I'm glad that you're going to be trying to get that put together again as well soon.
Yep, I'll be putting that together.
See, it's just like stuff like that, and your band being sorted out, being able to get the movies you want, the music that or like be just expressing yourself in the way you want,
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
music,
and I'm
and you can
yeah, and
do it
I'm
or do what you want now.
yes, and that's another cool thing is since I've met her, I have to take medication for depression,
Hmm.
but the reason that I was put on medication for depression was when I was with her.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I mean it was really, really, really bad when I was with her.
Also, I know there's somebody else there. He was just on your shoulder that got a mind of his own.
Yes, he does. But since I live by myself currently, he's the only companion I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank
Well,
you.
when we used to look after my sister's cat when he was more littler, I had to be kind of careful because if we left our like bedroom doors open, he'd like probably crawl on your head or something while you were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned now when we had the cat to make sure the door was shut. But what about you? Does your cat go on you at night or where?
Actually, when I'm asleep, before I go to sleep, he knows when it's bedtime
Okay.
because he'll see me lay down in the bed and I get under the cover and everything like that, and I leave the TV on before I go to sleep. I watch a little bit of a movie or whatever,
Mhm.
and I'll roll over on my side. And as soon as I roll over, he comes over and gets right up next to my back and curls up.
That's good though. That's
Yep,
all right.
yep, man. He lays there all night, sound asleep.
It's weird that animals kind of know, like when you do certain things or when you like go sleep at night or something, they just
Oh
go to
yeah,
a certain
yeah, and I mean
spot or whatever.
yeah, that's like I've had a couple cats. The last cat that I had when I was really bad sick with the flu or something like that, she
Hmm.
sat on my lap and would not move. And if I sneezed or coughed, she was right there. She'd put her paws on my chest, usually lick my cheek and meow at me. Then she'd lay back down. She wouldn't
Yeah.
let nobody. It was like she was trying to take care of me.
I had a dog a while ago called Sam, little
Hmm.
Cavalier King Charles, brown and white one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the size of the dog because I think maybe he snored a lot when he slept and loud.
Yep. I agree, Ashley. Animals are very clever. He's messaging me at the same time we're talking. So, but
Um, yes, I think bigger dogs like when they sleep they snore less.
yeah.
But my dog, if he was a little one, he snored like anything.
Oh yeah, that's
But I mean, I think when I was in bed at night, he always used to sleep downstairs anyway, and like when we're in bed, our doors are shut, so we don't hear him. But if he's like sleeping while we're watching the TV downstairs or something, we'd have to tell him to shut up.
yeah. Yeah, that's weird. And yeah, but dogs snore, and also they're pretty good at passing gas as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and I mean that's like my mom has a dog that I'm telling you, he'd be laying there asleep, and we'd be sitting there watching TV, and he'd clear out a room in 5 seconds.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just like, ugh, what have you eaten? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, he'd lay there like, yeah, I feel better.
Sam, he was the dog. He had to be put down because he had quite a bad illness come on.
Hmm.
So
And
it's quite a long time ago now, but he still missed. We got like, pictures around the house of him.
well,
So we just look at that, for memories and stuff, that sort of thing. But
I mean
yeah,
that's hard anyways. Is having to put down an animal.
yeah, it was because my mum, I had to go to the vet with him. So my sister took me. So I was the one actually was the last person he saw.
Yep. Well, that's something that you'll always have. You guys saw each other
We
You
was the
know,
last. I'm glad in a way that because I was the last person he saw before we had to go to sleep. So
yep, man. I mean, I'm sure you and him were big buddies.
we were, yeah.
I mean, it's like
It's like I
this.
guess in a way with you and your cat there now that you good friends.
Yeah, we're definitely good friends. I mean, he'll lay here when I put in a Friday the 13th movie and watch it. Actually, watch it with me.
That's cool.
Yep. So I mean, yeah, he
I
likes
think
it.
he's a fan of Jason.
Yes, he's a very big fan of Jason. But
I was just thinking then, do you think he will like your movie that you're making now?
I will find out when we'll put it in the DVD player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he's a good.
actually, you might even look at the screen and think that's a bit weird because you're on it.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, yeah, definitely a good friend and very lovable.
I think there's a little space on the thumbnail picture I'm going to post up tomorrow for this video.
Hmm.
I'm going to actually put when the cat was on your shoulder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of his favorite spots. He'll jump on my shoulders and just sit there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
How old
yeah,
did you say he was? Because he still looks pretty young.
I've had him since November, so he's still kind of young. But I mean, he's kind of now getting out of the stages of where he wants to attack stuff,
Mm.
and he's now getting to where he wants to be more, like a companion.
What do you feed him? Now, what food do you give him?
I give him regular cat food.
Yeah.
Give him regular cat food, and I'll give him hard food. There's wet and dry cat food, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give him wet food, and I'll give him dry food, and when he's really good, I'll give him a saucer of milk.
So, say when you're like off somewhere to a convention or you're doing your work in the movie,
Hmm.
what do you kind of do then? Do you give him to your uncle to look after, or?
Well, when that hasn't actually happened yet because the conventions that I've been to have been like an hour and 30 minutes away.
Okay.
So I would feed him earlier that day, and I feed him once a day, one can,
Yeah.
and that seems to work. He's because I don't want him huge because it's hard on him. But
Mhm.
I feed him that day, and then we take off to the convention, come in that night. But when I go to film, yeah, I'll probably have to give my uncle. Well, my uncle's already got a key to my apartment.
Okay.
So if he needs to, I mean, I gave him that key, and I said, if you need anything, if I'm asleep, just come in the house.
Hmm.
So I give him a key. So yeah, he'll be able to take care of him and feed him while I'm gone.
Hmm. My sister's cat. He's a lot older. He's a proper cat now, like cat size.
Hmm.
He where he lives, he's got like a cat flap. Not like a cat flap. We got a door that he needs to open every day, and then
Yeah,
a door that he got a flap on.
yeah, it's kind of like a doggy door.
Yeah. So every single day, my sister would open the door, let him go off, and then he comes back. He comes back when he's hungry, let's say, okay, and then when he comes in, he can have his food and then go and lie down somewhere in the house.
Hmm.
And then the next day, the same thing would happen. And say if there's a time when my sister and her family, my nieces and brother-in-law, uh, say go away for a week or holiday or something,
Yeah.
and we're the ones looking after the cat. Oh yeah, I really ought to show him to you if we have him here sometime. Because when we were supposed to have him the last time, my mum actually kept going over to my sister's house and fed him.
Hmm.
We didn't have him that week, but if when we do have him again, I'll see if I can show you him.
All right. Yeah, but that.
It's quite a big black cat. Um, and yeah, my sister just lets him out, do what he wants to and come back and that. But my niece, she got a hamster as well. She had two out of them, but they're like dwarfs. They're really little.
Yeah.
But one of them actually got killed by the cat, and my eldest niece was really pretty upset by that.
Yeah.
And that's one of them gone. So
Hmm.
she's got only one left, same size, still really small. But now they've got to be really careful with it and the cat when it's around each other because even when the cat is going out, he sometimes bring brings back in mice and stuff sometimes. So
Yep, my mother used to have a cat that did that, and she was asking questions. Why would a cat do that? To them, they're bringing you a gift.
yeah,
That's the way they think. They're bringing you something to eat.
I wouldn't eat that.
No, they're like, well, I eat it and it's really good, so here you go. Here, look, I brought you a mouse.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing with the hamster, but my sister's are
Well,
really cautious about the hamster now and keeps the one that's left well
yeah,
away from the cat. So.
yeah, but well, plus you got to understand, and I'm sure your sister does. A cat's natural instinct is to get a mouse,
Yeah.
and a hamster is a part of the mouse family. So, yep. So you can't blame the cat, and you feel sorry for the hamster, and but it was just an unfortunate accident.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I know how much.
Your cat's still really young, isn't it? So I don't think it's going to be the age of not to go like on its own yet.
Yeah, he's not able to go on his own yet. Plus, I've had him. He was really too young to be took away from his mother
Okay.
when I first got him.
Yeah.
I mean, because he was really, really, really little, and but he was really small, and he was too young to actually be took away from his mother. So I kept giving him milk and everything like that, and feeding him and all that, and he's finally grew up to the size he is now. But there's no way that he could be able to take care of himself outside because he's been took care of ever since he was born. So
Yeah. Are you a fan of like dog movies or pet movies in general, like comedy type films?
yeah, I mean, like I said, love the Ernest movies. As far as animal movies go, I used to watch one when I was a really young kid. Trying to think of it, it's a Disney movie.
It's because like, have you seen the Beethoven movies?
Yes, I've seen the Beethoven movies, love those. There was also a movie I watched when I was a kid called Bingo.
Oh, that's a dog film as well. Yeah.
Yes, I watched that. Absolutely love that movie. I'd still watch it till this day if I had it. But Bingo, and I'm trying to think of a movie that I used to watch. It's about these three. It's about two dogs and a cat, and the family moves.
Cats and dogs.
No, it's which that was a really good movie, but let me think. Hang on, I know exactly how I can find out. I shall look it up. Let's see here. Let me think. Use the silence a minute, guys.
Ashley says he's got a dog called Misty.
My uncle used to have a dog named Misty. She was a Saint. She wasn't a Saint Bernard. She was a Doberman.
Mm-hmm. And also, what's your favorite horror theme song from any horror movies?
I said, but well, the name of that movie that I was telling you about is Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
That's the animal movie. My favorite horror movie theme, I'd say one of the most classic horror movie themes that I really enjoy and think it's done really well and really original is probably the Halloween theme.
That's iconic.
Yep. So that's one of my favorite themes.
Ooh, I think I'll have to answer this one now. It's a really good question, actually. Got to think of it though.
Yes, it was, Ashley.
I like the like Cry Little Sister from the Lost Boys.
That's also a great theme.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the whole soundtrack to Lost Boys was a great
Yeah,
music.
I've got the soundtrack. And I think when I do like a little private chat, I might like put a soundtrack on or something, just to listen to some of the tracks.
Yep. I mean, but yeah, and I also love Fear in the Shadows. That's a great song.
Yeah.
I think it's Lost in the Night, Fear in the Shadows, what I think the name of the song is. It's in Lost Boys when they're riding their bikes across the beach.
There's also a song when I don't know what Friday the 13th movie it is, but it stars Crispin Glover.
Oh yes, Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter.
And there's a part in the early part of the film where they're dancing to a certain tune. But I
Yeah.
don't know what the music's called, but I thought it was a really good song.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's a song. Well, all you'd have to do, James, to listen to it is I'm pretty sure the name of the band is Lion.
Okay.
So all you'd have to do is go Friday the 13th, Part 4, Lion song. Yes, that's the song I was talking about. Well, no, that is a good song though. Ashley, he's talking about I Still Believe.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good one.
yeah. So
I
like,
still believe that's the one when the went on that fairground, isn't it? And
yes, that's the one that the saxophone player is playing before Part 2 when he became a really big fat man.
okay.
If you watch it, which is really kind of insane, but if you watch The Lost Boys, there he is. He's all buffed and big. In Lost Boys 2, he's standing on a street corner and he's really fat. So
I have to check him out now because of that.
yeah. Well, you make sure watch The Lost Boys first when you get time.
Yeah.
Then as soon as you watch The Lost Boys, just keep in mind the scene of the saxophone player singing. And then as soon as you watch Part 2, I think it's in the opening credits, and you see him standing on a street corner playing his saxophone, but he's really out of shape and fat.
I think you mean Lost Boys the Tribe, the second one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep,
Did
that's
you
the
enjoy
one.
the third one?
To tell you the truth, it's been years since I've seen it, but my girlfriend actually has the movie on her Voodoo.
Yeah.
So I'll probably check that out sometime this week. I'll probably watch all 3.
That's a good way. That's you could have like a Lost Boys marathon.
Mm-hmm. So I'll probably wind up watching all 3.
Maybe I like the second one. Sorry, not the second one. The third one because you have some clips from the first.
Yeah. Plus,
Meaning when is it the character of Sam played by Corey Haim?
yes.
Walks through the comic book store.
Yep.
It comes in conjunction with Corey Feldman as Edgar Frog and the one playing his brother though in the comic book shop as well.
Yeah.
That scene is like a black and white flashback in the third film.
Yeah.
And
Ashley, I have not. I don't think I've seen Sorority Row.
I've heard of that film, but never seen it.
Yeah, I've heard of it too. I've never seen it though. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the Lost Boys Part 2 and 3 because they did add some characters from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's nothing never going to touch the original Lost Boys.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree that.
Yep,
But at the end of the third one, they do like I guess a tease because when the story was ended, and Edgar Frog's brother was he's a vampire in the third film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
Hunting, but his brother Alan's a vampire in this one. But by the end of the movie, he might just become human again.
Yeah.
But at the very end, he's catching the sun after not being able to not be able to go out in it and get blown up or caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
So in the third one, you have them all back to normal again. They're doing their thing at the beach, and that. I think, and then Corey Feldman's character comes to like the comic book store or something. And when he leaves, you see one of these women that he was talking to have like a tint or a color to her eyes.
Yeah.
Like she's a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
That I think that there's going to be like some kind of follow-up at some point. I don't know if there is. But now called The Lost Girls or something.
Well, it's like Ashley just messaged me. and said that he heard there was plans for a Lost Boys TV series about the Frog Brothers.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just messaged me, said that he heard there's going to be a TV series of the Lost Boys about the Frog Brothers. That could be cool. But I mean, the thing is, they could never remake Lost Boys, the original, because Corey Feldman, unfortunately, is gone.
Yeah.
You know, he passed away.
I don't think you mean Corey Haim.
Yeah, Corey Haim. Corey Haim has unfortunately passed away, and I mean, that's like, you know, Kiefer Sutherland and the rest of them. And I mean, one of the Lost Boys themselves passed away. I can't remember who it was, a character of Paul.
Is there another one that you said before that got killed in the bathtub?
Yes, that's the one that actually got, the dog pushed him in the bathtub. His character's name was Paul. But that actor, he passed away here pretty recently, about a couple years ago. So, I mean, unfortunately, he's gone. But, I mean, still, you know, you got Kiefer Sutherland and the rest of them. What are they going to do? They're going to sit there and go, well, you know.
How can they be in a Lost Boys TV show even? Because vampires don't age. Have you seen what Kiefer Sutherland looks like now?
Yeah, I mean, that's like, yeah, I could just imagine. Yeah, we want you to be in the Lost Boys movie, and Kiefer Sutherland's actually going to be your leader. How's it going to work?
Yeah. What's he going to do? Dye his hair blonde like it was in the first one?
Yep, he'd have to dye his hair blonde, get about 3 or 4 facelifts, and then, you know, maybe, yes, Lost Boys did come out at the right time. Lost Boys, there was, because, I mean, was the ultimate sagging buyers. Yeah, Ashley, that's going to be the name of the next movie, The Lost Boys: Attack of the Sagging Vampires. Yeah, so, and I mean, yeah, that's the truth, though. I mean, that's
what? The sagging vampire?
Yeah, this is our leader. This is David Saggy Face. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I never heard that one before. There's been a lot of conversation about things sagging. I was talking about
what about sagging vampires?
Yeah, but let's see, I've talked about sagging boobs and now sagging vampires, which is both very true.
Okay, we've seen about sagging boobs in slashers. What's a sagging vampire supposed to look like?
Well, I'm sure if Kiefer Sutherland came back, he would be the ultimate sagging vampire. So yeah, I mean, it's like, where's the wrinkles at? They're on the floor.
I can just imagine him now with like the vampire face.
Yep, the vampire face with a lot more wrinkles and it's sagging down below their skin. So yep, it'd be like, yep, he's our leader. Never mind, you know, forgive him because he's 975 years old, but
they say a vampire don't age, but if they asked him back, he'll be like the granddaddy of the vampire.
Yeah, because I mean that'd absolutely be horrible though.
Yeah, I hope they never do that.
And I mean
they might do, you know.
I mean, it's sad because every time I see Kiefer Sutherland now, I'm just like, he did not age well. And I mean, back when he did Lost Boys, you know, he was the ultimate sex symbol for people. There's a lot of girls that used to go buy Teen Beat and all those teenage magazines, and they'd have pictures of the Lost Boys in there. Ashley just wrote and said, sagging Ghostbusters versus sagging Lost Boys. That'd be a pretty good movie. Because, yeah, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, I'm sure, are sagging by now. Yes. Sagging vampires. That would actually be a pretty good independent horror movie, Night of the Sagging Vampires.
I don't even know what sagging means.
Okay, well, let's see. How do I explain it? All right. Okay.
I mean, it sounds funny, you know. So
Yeah. Okay, like let me see here. Take a pencil
Okay.
and hold it out straight, right?
Hmm.
Well, if you hold it out straight, it's going to remain straight. But if you kind of let go of the pressure a little bit, it's going to sag downward.
Yeah, bit like I say, yeah, I get it now. Bit like
Yeah.
the gun that Ernest used in Ernest Comes to Jar, the one he makes that soap.
Yes. So I mean, yeah, that's when the bullet, when the gun is up there, and it's like, he's like, "Come here, screw," and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
the
And so,
guard comes up.
really, when with Kiefer Sutherland came back as a vampire in Lost Boys,
Yeah, his
the
skin would be
vampire
sagging.
basically went drooping.
Yeah, because it'd be, I mean, because where he's so old, it'd just be like,
Oh god, I mean that would be like that
yeah,
wouldn't even be a movie. That'd just be some sort of silly comedy thing, wasn't it?
yeah.
Like
And I
stupid.
mean, but that's the comment about the sagging boobs. I mean, she's 20. She's supposed to be 20 years old. They should be stuck up like this, but instead they're like, and I'm like, I'm sitting there going, oh God, I'm like, they don't look that good. So yeah, get off screen now. Go put a shirt on. Leave it on for everybody.
Actually, yeah, that happens, but he does it again. That Dr. Ripper got such a big problem in that movie.
Yes, he does. He enjoys killing people and apparently seeing naked women
Yeah.
at all times through the movie.
Have you seen the Dust Dawn TV show?
I've heard about it. I haven't checked it out yet, but I did recently watch a couple episodes of the Evil Dead TV series.
Yeah.
Definitely, this could be a show that I could get into.
I was thinking then, what would a sagging zombie look like?
Well, I'm sure. Well, you watch Dawn of the Dead. I'm sure we could find a couple of sagging zombies in there.
Yeah.
So
And they got some really weird looking zombie creatures in that movie called House.
yes, they do. That's the ultimate sagging zombie creature.
You know what I mean? The one that actually becomes something
Yeah,
zombie-ish. I think it's the character's girlfriend, but she becomes something else.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but
You okay?
yeah, it's just that I've heard the word sagging more tonight than I believe I've heard in my life. And
Is that
yeah,
what Ashley's saying?
yeah, he's calling everything saggy now. And I mean, I'm
I think I'm
sure.
gonna be having nightmares tonight now about sagging.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm like checking my face now to make sure it's not sagging. So yeah, but I mean,
Hey Eugene, you're only 31 still.
yeah. Well, I'm hoping that I don't sag too much. He actually just wrote, and I quote, "Sagging balls of fire."
uh,
Oh, Ashley, you're gonna have to come on the chat one night, my friend.
fire, that would be very funny, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes, a vampire that gets his balls caught on fire. And they're saggy.
You know what? I'm so glad I've started doing these, you man. And with our viewers in a couple of weeks, the next
Yep.
Ashley maybe joining us and Malk as well. It's going to be a funny one.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And,
Ashley, man, I definitely have to give it to you. You've given us images that we don't ever want to see. But
I want to say we just want to get out of our heads.
yes. Yeah, because I couldn't
Do
imagine.
you
Yeah,
think?
that's,
Jack Black could do another Goosebumps when he's sagging.
Well, by the looks of him, he's kind of already sagging a little bit. So, yeah, but I mean, but I couldn't imagine them hiring Kiefer Sutherland to come back for a vampire. I mean, yes, it is, Ashley. It's all good, my man. Been a very funny chat this week. Because now all I can sit and think about is sagging vampire faces and sagging boobs. So,
I hope you don't have no nightmares tonight about that.
ooh, even worse, sagging vampires with sagging boobs. So, yep.
What about sagging vampires with drooping boobs eating a
Oh God. Ashley just sent a photo. I'm kind of terrified. Oh God.
What?
He just sent me a picture of various degrees of boobs where they're straight and then all of a sudden they start sagging. Thank you, Ashley.
No, don't show that. I will be kicked off it. Don't do that.
So, yep, that's why I put it back. Well, it's a cartoon image, but still, it's just nasty.
You know, if this wasn't live and going to YouTube, it'd be okay, but
Yeah. But no, I mean, but that I probably won't be able to eat for a week.
I think I've had enough sagginess now.
Yes. Yep. Now every movie you watch, you'll be waiting and watching for saggy. Is his face sagging?
I'm gonna be too scared to watch another movie now in my life, especially a new one. There's any sagging in it.
Yes. But yeah,
Maybe I'll just stick with the movies that I love.
well, I'm definitely going to check it out. So I have to give my buddy a. Yes, you are. Ashley comments and said, "I'm going a bit sagging overdrive."
Yeah, fuck you.
But yeah, I do have to say that now I'll be sitting there. Well, perfect example of sagging. Watch Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's a perfect example of sagging right there. I mean, yep.
Yeah, look, he's sagging right there.
Yeah. Yep.
With
Hey
a
Arnold,
robot face.
Yep. But just be like, yeah, hey Arnold, where's your gun? Underneath my skin flap. So, yeah, hey Arnold, get your shotgun.
Under my skin flap.
Yeah. Yep. That's basically it. I mean, he's gotten so old. Ashley has apparently died laughing. He's in tears. Well, it's just the truth. I mean, imagine somebody running up to Arnold. Arnold, I need your 12 gauge shotgun to kill this robot. Hang on, it's under my skin flap. So, opens his jacket and there's all his skin sagging, and he just raises one of his skin flaps, and there you go. There's your shotgun. There's a couple of rocket launchers, a grenade.
Yeah.
It's all hidden under his skin flap.
Oh,
That's what,
I bet they are going to make vampires and robots that age more now. It's terrible.
yeah, which, I mean, and actually, I can't say that live on YouTube. If we want to keep this PG-13, but that was funny. But yeah, that's basically it. I think that's the way Arnold should have killed the Nemesis robot, by sticking him under his skin flap for about an hour.
That's what I was gonna. I just remembered something, and it's about 5 minutes. I'll do. We have until 12 o'clock here, and then we'll go.
Okay.
That's 5 minutes.
Yep.
I just remembered something then, so it's important we have the 5 minutes. That there was a movie I recently found out about on Amazon. I was going to buy it, but I haven't done so yet. It's called Vampire Dog.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds interesting. Plus, actually, I'm not going to say that on air. But, all right, yeah, well, let's just put it this way. Ashley sent me a message just a minute ago. I'm going to add something to it, but sagging pussycat.
Okay.
Yeah, so yep, there you go, Ashley. I said it. It's PG-13 still, but yeah,
Yeah.
vampire dog.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you a brief synopsis of just what I read. Dracula is also a descendant of Dracula's going somewhere, and somebody he sends off his dog to a person in the States to look after it.
Really?
And the kid finds out there's a vampire dog,
Yeah,
and that it needs blood to survive. Um, and somehow they got to get blood. Not he didn't. That's not. It's like a kiddie-ish, type of thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they got to get blood from somewhere, but not from people. Maybe from like hospital stuff or something.
Mhm.
But it sounds kind of funny. So
And Ashley just commented and said, "Sagging vampire dog."
maybe I don't know. I
Yeah,
haven't seen
I mean that's kind of weird though. Hey, the dog needs fed. Slit your wrist.
it.
Yeah, but that'd definitely be a weird movie. I'd say it might be pretty good. You'll have to do a review of
I would actually want to get that one.
it. Yes, because I'm anxious to see what it's about now.
There's what movie would you like to see in the coming future, or what type of movie?
Oh, that's a hard one. Uh, there hasn't been any really movies that I've wanted to see. Well, I do take that back. There's a movie coming out, supposed to be coming out, called Halloween Returns, and also the newest Jason movie. And apparently, Ashley just wrote and said the sequel will be called Vampire Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'd like to see Halloween Returns, the new Jason movie, which yeah, and it's kind of distracting because I'm wanting to laugh till I squirt tears everywhere. Looking at Ashley's comments said he keeps leaving. No, but it's been
Actually, maybe Pumpkin could be the vampire cat.
yeah. He's already a wild person.
What's he doing right now?
Well, he's actually out of the room right now, but I mean, usually at about I'd say give him another hour or so is when he starts wanting to play.
Mm-hmm.
So
What
yeah, I
time
mean
is
if
there now?
yeah he's out of the room, but I mean if he sees something that's on the floor, he basically anything that's on the floor he'll attack.
What time is it where you are now?
It is actually just fixing to turn 7.
Mm-hmm.
So
So 12 here. Yeah, so you're like 4 or 5 hours difference.
yep,
That's all.
and yes, Ashley, I do agree. This has been one of the funniest chats we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
So we appreciate y'all asking questions, and you guys definitely need to tune in every week. We enjoyed talking to you.
And again, send me a message, and I'll be able to send you a invite to our next one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we can all get on
It
there.
got a lot more funnier with Ashley in the actual video as well. In
Yeah.
the panel with us, and Malcolm as well.
Yep. But yep, and we can talk. We can continue our conversation about sagging body parts.
It's like me and you, Eugene and me, is like the host and co-host, so we can have like 2 extra special guests to join us.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be interesting because the title of the show is us 2, but we can have our extra 2 guests. So that'd be cool.
Yep. And speaking of which, the demon is here.
Yeah.
So yep, he come back in here. He's like, "What are you doing?" So,
Very
but
cute cat.
yeah, he's a good cat when he wants to be.
It's 12 o'clock. We better start ending up. Do you want to say your goodbyes first, and then I'll end up?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say, it. Guys, it's been fun. Hopefully, you guys will come in and talk to us next week. Be sure and tune in because sometime this coming week, I'm gonna make. I promise I'm gonna make the Let Me In, Let the Right One In review. So stay tuned for that, and definitely check out my channel. Check out James' channel, and be sure to like our videos and post comments.
Oh, we got a little guest there looking at something.
Yeah, he's actually watching TV. So, yep.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks to Ashley for watching and Malcolm earlier for asking some pretty cool questions as well. As I say, send us a message during the week, and we'll be able to add you onto the panel here as well. So that'll be a lot of fun next time as well. But from us two here and questions in the panel here as well, this is it. So until next time, guys, goodbye. And for me and Eugene, take care.
Goodbye, guys.